It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
So we're going to make it easy on ourselves today and talk about 5 activities to reduce anxiety. Okay, a lot of us experience anxiety in various different ways. And if you're not speaking with a therapist about this, or at least a professional, you should be, okay, because there's many actual ways that they can help you to manage such anxiety. Okay, but of course you got to get out and tell somebody that you're actually experiencing some of these things. And I know that could be very difficult to do, especially depending on what you're actually experiencing and why you're experiencing these things, okay? But it is very important to at least talk about these things and think about these things and get with someone who you trust in order to at least start using some of these activities, okay? And also to tailor some of these activities to your own specific needs, all right? So let's start off with some of the activities that are in here. And I'm taking this from the Better Up blog, which is one of my favorite blogs. It has lots of mindfulness information in it. And I'm going to put a link to it in my description box so you guys can get this information as well. All right, so these are 5 mindfulness activities to help reduce anxiety. And again, anxiety disorder can impact how you act and conduct your everyday life. So certain stressors will increase anxiety, like national elections, work, all kinds of crazy stuff. Extensive research on mindfulness techniques and how they help regulate mental health issues like anxiety have shown that mindfulness-based stress-reduced techniques and interventions are effective at reducing anxiety. So here are 5 mindfulness practices to reduce anxiety. Number 1, you can color or draw. So you can try doodling on a blank page or coloring in a coloring book. Okay. Also, there are many coloring apps on the Play Store and Apple Play, and everything else, where you can use those types of apps to color by number and different things like that. It doesn't have any specific rules to it. Just have fun with that, and make sure that you're using your own creativity with that. Also, music therapy, okay? So you can make or find a playlist of songs that are relaxing and easy to listen to for you. Everything is not for everybody, right? Some people listen to, hip hop music to relax. Some people listen to Mozart to relax, right? There's various different ways that you can use music therapy. And also, people create their own music as well with music therapy. So that's something that you could use to reduce anxiety as well. Doing a full body scan means that you get like in a comfortable position, either sitting or standing, and you can, or even laying down, and you examine your body from head to toe. I've actually done that since I was a little kid. Okay. It was not something that I learned from somebody or anything. I just kind of started doing that to relax from head to toe. And it's just something I started doing as a child. And yeah, it really does actually work. So, and it helps in, helping you fall asleep. So you can check for pain, tingles, relaxing sensations, or anything that may be sore or anything like that, and try to attempt to physically relax every part of your body. And you'll find that that actually does help to reduce stress and anxiety as well. You also want to practice self-compassion, okay? So anxiety can fill you with self-doubt and make you upset with yourself, okay? Depending on whatever you're going through or whatever situations that you're facing at that moment. So you want to let go of that inner critic, which could be the worst critic sometimes, that says, and flood your mind with those, go ahead and flood your mind with uplifting thoughts over what the negative thoughts are. So positive affirmations help with that. Again, you can use apps on your phone or various things to speak positive affirmations over your life, all while you are kind of reducing the negative energy and the negative thoughts that you may be thinking. So practicing that self-compassion, doing something for yourself on a regular basis, whether you're taking yourself out or whether you're doing something, specific that you love for yourself, practicing that compassion really does also help with reducing anxiety. The final thing we're going to talk about is box breathing technique, okay? So the box breathing technique is a breathing exercise where you can breathe in for 4 counts, hold your breath for 4 counts, and then breathe out for 4 counts, okay? So you want to hold that for 4 seconds, start over, draw a box in your mind as you count to stay grounded for the 4 seconds per side, okay? And then, you can just kind of go from there. That's just something that you can help to do to think of those things. So those are 5 actual techniques that you can use to help reduce anxiety. Okay. And again, I will put a link to that information in my description box so that you guys can get more information on that. Okay. Now, let's talk about this situation going on with Marques Houston and his teen bride. Okay, now I know a lot of information in regards to teen brides in the Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, but yes, Marques Houston is in fact a Jehovah's Witness, but he became a Jehovah's Witness when he started dating this young woman. Okay, so I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about kind of how this works in the organization. Okay, so number one, the girl was about 19 years old, roughly, when they married, okay? So she was of age when they actually got married, allegedly, according to the blogs, according to the information that's coming out. I do want to tell you that there is a specific side to the organization, which I happen to know about, where celebrities are treated a bit different than the average Joe in the organization. Why that is? Probably more than likely because of money. But they are definitely treated different, okay? So there may be some things that a Jehovah's Witness an average JW cannot get away with that a celebrity Jehovah's Witness would they would kind of overlook. Okay, depending on how deep the situation is, depending on how much the situation involves, whether or not they start to look bad or not, and so forth and so on. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple examples of that, and then I'll give you what's going on with Marques and what I believe is happening with Marques Houston. Okay. And again, this is the morning opinion, so I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm also going to give you facts that have happened in the organization and that has happened with him. So one of the things that was not overlooked in the organization was Michael Jackson. Okay, so Michael Jackson is a well-known, his family, it is well known that they are Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, so Michael Jackson, he was good. Everything was all good for him until he created the Thriller video. Once he created the Thriller video, it became quote unquote demonic to them. Okay, which really, and in turn, it basically mirrored what they were doing behind the scenes. Okay, so once it was almost as if Michael had became awakened in their eyes. Okay, this is stuff that I know as a witness. So it's almost as if Michael had become awakened in their eyes, and he wasn't afraid of the other side of spirituality. And they knew that. And so therefore they quickly disfellowshipped him, and they quickly made him out to be an apostate and made him out to be someone who was, to be disliked by the organization and mistreated and looked down upon by the organization. So everybody in the hall pretty much did that. If you had a conversation about Michael Jackson, the elders would quickly stop a conversation like that. There would be all kinds of stuff, but it was simply because of what he was involved with. Okay. And that's something that you don't know or notice until after you leave the organization. So, and then you realize, what type of witchcraft they're involved with. Okay. So once you realize that, and what's going on with the organization, you can put together and understand why they treated certain celebrities a certain way. Okay. So Michael was treated that way. Once Thriller came out, that is something that every Jehovah's Witness knows, but they are not aware of why the organization was so adamant about it. Okay. And that is the reason. All right. So the other thing that happens in the organization is there may be some things that they would overlook if it would cause them if it would break open the door for the stuff that they do. Okay. So nobody in the world would care if they are into witchcraft. That is one thing that most people would not give a fuck about, is whether or not, the Watchtower organization is into witchcraft. Most people wouldn't care. Okay. It's just the Jehovah's Witnesses that would care about that. So that is the reason why they would disfellowship somebody. They would get them out of the organization as quickly as possible, because they don't want the organization or the people in the organization starting to kind of pick up these habits, basically. Okay. But then it opens your mind to what they're doing. All right. So basically, but if it's something that will affect their image to the world, okay, then they very well may cover that up. So that is exactly what they have done over the years with sex abuse. Okay. And I've talked about that in the past, where there's been, there's been predators who they've covered up. They've had hundreds upon thousands of predators from across the world that they had in a database that they still refuse to release to this day. Okay. So I've talked about all of these things. So in all of that also comes young marriage. Okay. And there have been many, many witness women and men who have married very, very, very young, and who have married much older people, particularly women in the organization and young girls in the organization that have married older men as elders in the organization. Okay. So Marques Houston getting married to a young girl in the organization who is quote unquote 19 does not surprise a woman like me at all. Okay. And the reason is because I've actually seen this happen in the organization. I've particularly had a girlfriend of mine, not going to name her name for the sake of her identity, but I had a girlfriend of mine who she was probably about 2 years older than me, okay? And at the time, I had to be about 14. I would say I was about 14 years old when I first met her, when I first encountered. No, I'm lying. I was 13 years old when I really first encountered this situation, okay? So she had to be about 15 years old at the time, and she was dating a man who was much older than her, okay? Now, he wasn't in the Kingdom Hall. I want to say this part of this girl's story, but I'm going to tell you a story about a girl who was in the Kingdom Hall, okay? Or who the man was in the hall. So this particular girl, he was not a member, he was not a Jehovah's Witness himself, but her mom was a Jehovah's Witness. Now, her mom was was not married to a witness as well. So they didn't shun her per se because she was already married to him before she came into the hall. So they really didn't shun her for that. But she allowed her daughter to be emancipated at the age of 16 so that she could marry this man because she popped up pregnant. Okay. She was, sleeping with this boy and this man. Okay. He was like 22 or 23 at the time or something like that. And so she ended up emancipating her. And this was in the state of New Jersey so that she could go ahead and marry this boy. The boy and her got married. They ended up, now he's a witness. He's still a witness to this day. And this girl is still a witness to this day, as far as I know. I don't know any different. I can ask my brother. But anyway, from what I know, they're still witnesses to this day. And they were fully accepted into the organization. And this boy was, like I said, he was like 22 or 23 at the time. And she was 16. Okay. So that is definitely a thing that 100% happened. And then there's another story of another girl that I know who the boy was in the organization. And he was, I don't know how old he was. I got to think about it. I know he was not in his teens. I know he was in his 20s. Okay. And she was also about 15 years old. And she had gotten pregnant by him. And they really did cover up that whole thing. They had like gotten reproved, quote unquote, which I'll get into some of those things either later in this video or another video. But they had gotten what's called reproved, which is it's like a discipline in the organization. Okay. But there's levels to the discipline in the organization. So if they want to cover up certain things, they'll privately reprove you or publicly reprove you. And she ended up getting privately reproved. And the boy got privately reproved, and she was pregnant. Okay. And I think they got married too. I got to ask my brother about that. I think they got married. I'm not 100% sure about whether they got married or not, but I know for sure that young people are encouraged to get married if they're like having actual sex in the organization. And that even if that person is like well over 18 years old, that's sleeping with them. Okay. Now there's other stories about young women who I don't know. Okay. I've heard these stories. They are on YouTube. There are in other places. Okay. But I have heard other stories about women who have married men who were like in their 30s. Okay. And then their 40s. And these women were like 16 and 17 years old. And I absolutely believe it, okay? Because I know that the organization covers up pedophiles. I know that the organization 100% covers up stories like this and stuff like this, okay? So again, like I said, I'm not surprised at all that Marques Houston is married to a 19-year-old and has a baby or two by her a year or two later, okay? Literally, and like I said, it's questionable to me if she's even 19. If they could say whatever they want to me, okay? But I know for sure that if he decided, all of a sudden he decided to become a Jehovah's Witness, okay? And he met her, and we're going to read how they actually met. Okay. We're going to talk about how they met and how they got involved with each other. Okay. But I had to give you guys a little bit of a background on what does happen in the organization called the Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay. That this man now claims as his religion. And she has been in the organization. This young girl was raised in the organization, and it does not surprise me that a father or a mother that is stout and devout in the organization would allow such behavior, okay, from their daughter, and would allow a man like him to come into her life, okay, especially with his stature and him being a celebrity. So we're going to go ahead and read a little bit, and this is from a blog that I was reading about. It came out a couple days ago, and everybody's been talking about this. So the question is, how long has Marques Houston been married? Religion and how he met his wife explored amid online backlash. Okay, because there's been a lot of backlash on these photos of him and this woman. Okay, and how young she is, and Marques is like 43 now. Okay. So everybody kind of wanted to know how his, at 43, has a 23-year-old wife with a 2 or 3-year-old baby. Okay, this don't even make sense, right? Marques at this point should have somebody closer to all of our age, you know what I mean? My age and whatnot. But okay, he's got this young girl. And when I found out she was Jehovah's Witness, I was like, okay, I can see why. So let's read into this a little bit, and then we're going to get a little bit more commentary on this. So Marques Houston and wife Maya Dickey's religious inclinations explored. R&B singers Marques Houston and Maya Dickey's continued to garner backlash for the age gap in their relationship, with the two potentially dating since the latter was a minor. However, the immature singer has, quote unquote, set the record straight and admitted that the two started dating when she was allegedly an adult. The couple also garnered massive backlash when Dickey gave birth in 2021, when she would have been only 20 years old. Marques Houston and Maya Dickey got engaged in March of 2019, just 5 months after dating. The two went on to tie the knot in August of 2020, when the former was 39, while the latter was 19. Okay, so let's do a little bit of math here. All right, so if she was 19 in August of 2020, right, then that means she would have been 18 in August of 2019. Okay, and possibly 17 prior to that, because she got engaged to him in March of 2019. So that means she had to have been dating him prior to that. So that means she would have been 17 at the least when she started dating Marques Houston. I don't care whether he married her in 2020 and she was 19 by then, in August of 2020, because they are admitting that in March of 2019, they had been dating for 5 months already, and then they got engaged. So that means she would have been 18 in August of 2019, which would have made her 17 5 months prior to August or March of 2019. So he was dating a girl who was a minor. Bottom line. Now, prior to that, Marques Houston was not a Jehovah's Witness. He had no intentions. He wasn't talking about studying with the witnesses. He wasn't talking about any of that. And we're going to read again on how he met this girl. So in 2021, the couple welcomed their daughter, Zara. Marques Houston has garnered endless backlash for being in a relationship with someone who is 20 years younger than him. Several citizens have raised concern over the vast age gap between the two. And it says, why are people ignoring the fact that Marques Houston was dealing with a child, then married her, and he's using religion to justify this, right? And then there's some other people that are saying stuff like, Marques really groomed his wife when she was a minor, waited until she was 18 to make them their relationship. And some of us remember seeing him under her comments when she was 17. And then when she turned 18, the relationship became quote unquote official. Okay. Also, Marques, when it says, so Marques Houston married his wife when she turned 18 and dated her for years before, or is that an internet, that a lie from the internet? And really got me side-eyeing this. Come to find out, he had met her through one of Immature's members' children. Okay, so one of the members of Immature's children, one of their child's friends, is this girl, and that is how this creep got into this girl's life. So, but again, like I said, this is something that happens on a regular basis in the organization. And yes, in fact, Marques Houston did in fact marry a very young woman. Okay, she is a woman now, but she was a girl when he got with her. And there ain't no telling how old she was when he actually came across her, because nobody's saying that, right? They're just admitting to the fact that he was dating her prior to the engagement, okay, which didn't come until March of 2019. All right. Which again, like I said, witness parents, with him being a celebrity and all this other stuff, they were probably perfectly okay with their daughter dating this man. I'm telling you, they were. Okay. And, and then, this girl starts dating him, and clearly she was 17 years old when they were dating, at least 17 years old. Okay. So I don't know what to tell Marques about this. But yes, honey, this is why he is getting so much backlash over that, because it's absolutely ridiculous what we're seeing here. Shout out to Alan Logic. I appreciate you for being in the building and the $20 super chat. You said, my mother-in-law is a hardcore JW. I like how organized they are. Child, listen. Alan, you would love to hear some stories I know about the JWs. There is so many things going on with the organization. It's not even funny. Yes, they are very organized. They are. But there's a lot of ish with them. I've got a lot of information on them already. And I'm going to still continue to do some more videos on them. But the average Jehovah's Witness, which would be somebody like your mother-in-law, the average Jehovah's Witness has no idea like what's really going on with the organization. The average witness does not know. Okay. Like even my father, he's an elder in the organization, and he's not fully aware of everything going on. I know that he's aware of a lot of things, but even he's not fully aware of what's really happening. You got to leave, or you got to be like doing some extensive research on them to find this stuff out. And you don't do that as a witness. So, but shout out to you. I appreciate this super chat. Hey, Miss Murph, I appreciate you. Said good morning, Miss T. Pre and chat. Hey, living life to the fullest. She said good morning, T. Pre. Miss Murph, listening in was Marques Houston and JW. So yes, he is currently a JW, but he became a JW mysteriously while he was dating this girl. Okay, while he was stalking this child, through his friend's child's friend. Okay, while he was doing that, suddenly he had interest in becoming, hanging out with Jehovah all of a sudden. Okay, so like I said, the organization itself literally breeds an environment for pedophiles to just be there. Okay, like literally, it breeds that type of environment. It allows for this type of stuff. And I have some information on that already. But I will talk even more about this in the future. But yes, he is a JW currently, only because of this girl. And like I said, he probably has, acclimated to the lifestyle now. But like I said, the lifestyle for a celebrity JW is a little bit different than the lifestyle for somebody who's not a celebrity. And there are several celebrities that are JWs. There's a lot. So, honey, you'd be surprised what's going on in there. But like I said, I think it's just crazy that he became a JW just to get married to this girl, just to hit that, basically. That's literally what he wanted to do. Good morning, Alan. I appreciate you being in the building. You said living life high sweets. Hey, Pixie. I appreciate you being in the building. You said the press said they were celebrating 10 years together. What? Oh man. You know what? I would not be completely surprised. I don't think it's probably 10 years, but it's probably somewhere along the lines of 8 or 9, right? Or 8 or 7, because she was probably closer to like 15 or 16 when she started dating him. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then yeah, we're looking at like 7 or 8 years, right? Of them dating and being together. Of course he's going to deny that now, because this is the year and the age where everybody's calling out, these pedophiles and the Me Too movements and everything else that's happening. Of course he's going to deny it, but I mean, it is clear what has happened here. You know what I mean? And to me, it's very clear. And what I have always seen in the organization, and what is not new to the Jehovah's Witnesses at all. You said, "Hey Pixie, lovely to see you." Everyone hit that like. Yes. You said JWs like to segregate non-JWs from their families. I don't agree with that. Absolutely, they do. And the reason is probably more than likely, I'm going to tell you, I know why. I know why. But the reason why is for stuff like this, right? Because the world does not see stuff like this as normal at all. The Jehovah's Witnesses, they think stuff like this is normal. I don't care what they're telling you. Now, newer Jehovah's Witnesses who may have just come into the organization, who may not have, been there long enough, who haven't been well indoctrinated, like witnesses who've been in since the 70s and the 60s and stuff, and even earlier. Those witnesses, those people are literally set in their ways. They've been indoctrinated into this organization. And there's just certain things that they see as normal that the average Joe does not. So that is a lot of reasons why they want to separate the witnesses from their families and stuff, because a lot of stuff that is said and done in the organization is not normal to the average person, right? It's not normal for a person such as you or me to allow our 15-year-old to date a 37-year-old in the Kingdom Hall, right? And to be sleeping with that person and get pregnant and have a baby with this person. Like, none of us are okay with this kind of stuff. But this is the kind of stuff that happens in the Kingdom Hall. This is the kind of stuff that happens. Like, it is not far-fetched at all. And you guys can definitely take a look out here. There's people that discuss their own situations, what they've experienced, right here on YouTube, right here on various blogs. You can look that information right up. I'll see if I can find some stuff and put some links to it in my description box for you guys. You said she was 18 or 19, right? So I'm thinking she was probably 18. I'm not going to lie to you. I think she was 18. And I had heard at first anyway that she was 18. Now they're trying to turn it to 19 and keep changing her age and stuff like this. Like I said, money talks. And the JWs would attempt to get behind him with something like that to cover up their own nonsense for the allowance that they allow. So, I'm not sure exactly, but I would say she was 18 years old. That's my opinion of it, right? But I could be wrong. You said she had her baby at 20. My mom had me at 21, so I can't talk. Well, I mean, I had children very young too, right? Not at, I was 18 when I had my first child, but yeah, I was almost 19. And then I had one other one after that. You said, "Good morning, Miss T. Pre and chat. I appreciate you being in the building, Miss Beautiful Bernice." We are going to get into some bombshells that were dropped yesterday on what you're going to do about it. Shout out to Alan Logic. Shout out to Propane Oaklane. Shout out to the beautiful Bernice, Smoke God, KKC, all of y'all who were talking yesterday. There was so much that came out. We are going to get into all of this tea, okay, today. But I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of what's going on with Marques Houston, because like I said, I've seen a lot of people just talking about it. There's some misinformation about it, but also there is some real truth to what's going on with him, because he definitely did marry a very, very young woman. And I'm leaning more towards that girl being 18 years old at the time, and he was dating her much, much younger than that. You said, good morning, Alan. You said, my parents married after they had me and had two boys later. Oh, you said, my dad was 10 years older than my mom. Oh, you said, there's a documentary film about a lot of child abuse cases. The name escapes me. Many channels on YouTube telling their experience of being abused emotionally and mentally by the JWs. Yep. There are many, many, many channels on this. It's actually a whole sector. The Miss T Pre channel is part of that sector. And I have a lot of people that come in and that still tune in when I talk about the JW. So I might cut out a portion of this video where we're talking about the sector and actually upload it to that channel, because that channel is in that sector. And yeah, there's a lot of experiences, Black people, white people, all different kinds of people that really do talk about the abuse that they have experienced in the organization, how some of them were married off and there were in fact some arranged marriages in the organization from young girls to elders and so forth and so on. So there's a lot. And you know, like I said, this kind of thing that's going on with Marques Houston really is kind of PG compared to some of the things that we've seen and some of the things that have happened in the organization. So shout out to Outlaw. I appreciate that, because yes, that is very true. You said, oh, okay. You said, I agree. Their age gap is huge. It really is. You said he was called out by many young men. Mm-hmm. You said the British press said that she was 12, but they are known liars. Girl. You said Marquez carried on like R. Kelly. Girl. I mean, it is really giving R. Kelly vibes out there. I'm telling you, it is giving R. Kelly vibes really bad. But like I said, the organization will do certain things to make you look a certain way, you know, and be a certain way. You said KKC brought that fire. Yes, he did. He brought the fire. And we are going to talk about KKC. Shout out to him. That's my bro. I truly appreciate him. And yes, we are going to talk about a lot of that stuff. You said great live, Alan. It was definitely a great live. Propane also had a great live. And we are going to get into that. You said Marquez assaulted members of L2K. Oh, yeah? Wow. You say, yep. That's crazy. Well, anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to play our quick sector timer, and then we are going to get right into this hot sector news, okay? Because like I said, there was a lot that came out yesterday that I was not aware of at all, okay? I wasn't aware of a whole lot of this stuff, but we are definitely going to get into it. And I think a lot of the sector was not aware of this stuff, okay? But there was a whole lot of stuff that came out, and we are most definitely going to talk about it today, okay? So go ahead and grab up your libations. Go ahead and sit back and relax, chill, roll up an L, do what you got to do, because we about to get into this hot fire, y'all. Child, listen, thank you, Bernice, for all that you brought. You definitely brought that fire yesterday. Beautiful Bernice is one of my favorite loungers. She is also a longstanding member, longstanding moderator, and she has been around for a long time. Me and her did not start off on a good foot, but we definitely have now been on a good foot, and we definitely have an understanding of a lot of things. And she helps me to see things much different than what I was able to see things before. And how I want to preference this conversation is how the divides at one time in this sector used to be. There used to be very clear sides of the coin in this sector. So you were either a Umar Johnson supporter, or you were on the side of those who were an Umar Johnson supporter, or you were not. Okay, it was just one or the other. It was cut and dry. It was clean cut to the point, and there was literally no room for gray. Okay, so if you I'll say on one side of this coin there was no room for gray. Okay, so on the side of the coin with the AFWs, with Anti-Afro Svengali, who was spearheading the AFWs and who was leading that cause, there were multiple people who were hanging out with them, okay, and what appeared to outsiders as AFW as well. It looked like it was an entire movement of people, right, where it was, multiple content creators who were making content in regards to Umar Johnson, and all of their content was similar, okay? Everybody was against Umar. They had something negative to say. There was a lot of things that they would say. So there was another side of that who had become what is now known as the good guys, okay? Everybody knows who the good guys is, and now 15,000 people know who the good guys was. Shout out to WAC 100. But we're going to go ahead and get into what happened with the divides with this situation, okay? Because ultimately speaking, some of the people who were the good guys were actually on the side of the AFW, okay? One of those people being the key player, Poetic Flacco. So Poetic Flacco was on the side of AFW at one time, even though he was never considered the word AFW, just like other people do not want to consider themselves AFW. But we're going to keep it facts around here. We're going to keep it a bean. We're not going to pretend. We're not going to act. And we're not going to act like we didn't know all this, okay? So we know that Flacco was cool with them until a series of things started happening with the AFWs that caused problems that other people felt very, very uncomfortable about, okay? And I've made several videos about this. I think other people have made many videos about this as well. But we're going to keep a long story short today by kind of just throwing in most of the points and then getting to what happened yesterday that led up to the bombshells coming out. So Flacco, when Yassas got doxxed, okay, Flacco pretty much jumped ship from AFW. He was not fucking with them in no way, shape, form, or fashion. He started dropping bombshells, started doxing, whatever. The same way that, they were doing this information, he started doing them the same way. And he kind of joined forces with D. Durrell, TCTV, the Speakeasy, and there's some other people, there's some notable mentions as well that kind of joined forces with them, but we're not actual good guys, okay? And then we had Red Pill, who did the music, and then it was just a lot of just all of them going on. But again, there are some other notable people like Shakim Ra, LV, some other people that were hanging out with good guys. We on Lock, hanging out with good guys. Myself, hanging out with good guys. But we were not actually on the actual team, okay? So the good guys was always an internet group. It was never a fucking gang. I don't know why they had this idea of that, but I can tell you where that idea came from, okay? So the AFW started that idea. And how they started that is because in the AFW camp, it was an echo chamber. You could not have any type of difference of opinion in anything from them. You had to think exactly how they thought. You had to say exactly what they said. And if you just deviated in any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, you became literally the villain and the enemy. This is exactly what happened to Shakim. This is what happened to me. This is what happened to many people in this sector that used to actually hang out in the AFW camp, including myself, okay? So if you thought anything different from anything that they were saying, okay, they would literally put you on a chopping block for that. And so that is kind of what pretty much happened with that situation and how the lines started to blur between the AFWs and between the good guys and how those lines started to divide up, okay, and who started taking what side and started going on what side. So as people started walking away from AFW and started leaning towards what the good guys were teaching, which was not so much, defending Umar Johnson per se, but it was always people who would have free thinking. They never wanted to think in a box, right? If Umar did this, they would say the reason. Okay, well, maybe this is it, but he doesn't deserve to go to jail for it, right? Or different things like that. So it was always that type of conversation on the side of the good guys. And the conversation on the AFW was, no, we're trying to put him in jail. We're trying to get him locked up. We're trying to do all this stuff. And they didn't feel like locking him up was really necessary, as I didn't feel and as others did not feel. Okay. So if you took that stance where you didn't feel or you just disagreed with anything that AFW thought, they put you in this category of a gang. Okay. And they started the idea of Umar Johnson being having this gang called the Good Guys, okay, and the Goonie Goon Squad, okay. Now, Umar is partly his fault for that because he did go live, and after years of bullshit from Anti-Afro and Rev G and others, he called out their names on video and said that he wanted their names and he in their ass and all this other stuff. And there's been a barrage of music that's come out. Shout out to KKC. Shout out to Remix. There's a barrage of music that's come forth based off of that video that came out. Okay. But to make a long story short, in him calling out their names, AAS, Rev G, and all of them, and saying that he needs the names and the information of these people, they basically put anybody who would defend Umar in a category and called them the good guys and called them a gang. And there was actually a blog that was created by Black Anonymous. Okay. Shout out to Black Anonymous. There was a blog that was created online that had all of our photos on it. Okay. It had multiple photos, and it had all these lies about, and all these, twisted stories about us being part of this alleged gang of Goonie Goons who wanted to go after these silly ass people online. None of us knew each other. None of us had any connections to each other. None of us are even in the same town, but they claim we are all on this squad of people who are this quote gang of good guys. And that is how the story of the Good Guys gang actually came about, at least from what I know. Okay. Now y'all can correct me. Y'all could say if there was something different that happened, but that is exactly what I remember happening. Okay. And that is how the story of the gang of the good guys became this thing. And they were all pushing that story, and they still try to push that story to this day, like as if the good guys was really this gang and AFWs was in danger because of the good guys. And this is all fucking lies, okay? They just literally did not like the fact that people like myself, people like TC, Flacco, Darrell, LV, Shakim, any of them, any of us, they did not like the fact that we did not agree with they dusty asses. That's literally what it was. And they made it into some type of criminal ring, and like it was a really big deal. There was a couple of people here and there that would try to push the same narrative, right? But I'm telling y'all, that's literally what the fuck happened. So now we're going to get into how a lot of this stuff came out yesterday, right? And how we are where we are today, okay? Because a lot of people try to rewrite history around here. Okay, they try to rewrite and erase history and try to make it like as if these things never happened and this is what really happened. And we're going to go ahead and go into that. You say you and Flacco was AFW. Like I said, me and Flacco, did you hear anything? Me and Flacco used to hang out in the AFW camp. What part of it did you not understand? Are you listening? Okay, go ahead and relax and sit back. You said, when was this TC? Oh, that's not the real TCTV, in case you didn't know. So yeah, this is hilarious that that person is sitting here. But yes, I did say that. You said AFW didn't let Flacco in, so they say, but he definitely was in. See, there was old videos that Flacco had that he was on the side of them. He was really coming after Umar Johnson at one time, and that really was a thing. Now he wasn't necessarily in AFW, but he had a Discord and all kinds of stuff. That's how this whole Discord thing came about. Okay. So I need y'all, those who don't really know, I need y'all to really pay attention and hear a lot of this, because there's people like the beautiful Bernice, people like Rev G, they were right there. They were front and center. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into Propane's video first, because there was a lot that was said. I'm going to get to the part where KKC comes on the panel. I know Darrell and Alan, there was a lot that happened before that. Shout out to them. There was when Conscious Energy came on the panel. Shout out to him. And shout out to Darrell and those conversations that went on. But these parts of the video, if you guys want to see those parts of the video, make sure that you do go over to Propane Oak Lane. He is at 1.6 thousand subscribers. Make sure that you guys do go over and subscribe to his channel so that you can catch him when every time he goes live, because his shows are always fire. I do see when Mikey was up there, shout out to him, Slander God. And so now we're going to get to where KKC got on the panel, okay? Because Rev G was up there at this time. Shout out to Rev G. Oh boy. But we're going to go ahead and listen in a little bit on what Rev G was saying. And then we're going to get into what KKC said in response. Okay. Shout out to Divine. I love my Divine 7. Ain't nobody kissing your ass, Rev G. Here's the thing, Rev G. You are a content creator. He has not, like, literally, he has not grasped yet that as a content creator, people are going to talk about you. Just because you have never had a conversation with them doesn't mean that they don't have an opinion of you. Like, I don't understand why you think people don't have an opinion of you because you've never talked to them before. Like, what type of stupid, dumb shit is that? Who cares? You do the same shit. Like, you get up here and you give your commentary on motherfuckers, and you ain't nobody ever had no conversation with you. But you do that shit all the time. But it's okay for you. But as soon as somebody do that with you, it's a problem. But we're gonna go ahead and let this fool continue. This sounds stupid. Shout out to the dysfunctional YouTube family, and shout out again to Propane Oak Lane. Let me go ahead and remove my banner real quick so you guys can see his channel. And again, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you are liking the video over there, and make sure that you share that video as well. Oh, you know what? I'm not even playing it. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Let me go ahead and present it real quick. Let me go ahead and share this real quick. My bad, y'all. All right. All right. So there we go. So make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing. Okay, I got it, guys. I got it now. So we're going to show it now. Make sure that you guys go over to Propane and subscribe. Okay. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button, and make sure that you do share the show as well. Okay. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to rewind it a little bit so you guys can hear a little bit of what the fuck he was saying. All right.
Beat up. You know what I mean?
And fair use, guys.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean,
Back and forth. Yeah, y'all.
Let me know if you guys can hear it now.
If, like I said, if y'all want to try to solve it, then this is the channel for it. because it ain't no mods. It's just y'all, you and him, and I'm not muting nobody. I'm not blocking nobody. And if y'all want to talk cordially or over each other, it's gonna be however y'all want to go.
Yeah.
But if y'all still just want to do this and then go to y'all live and all, that's fine with me too.
Nah, I mean, I really don't have nothing to talk about. I mean, basically, he started making videos and stuff because child support was due, and so he was trying to get people over to his chat. I mean, nobody watches, what Umar eats, if Umar takes a shower.
So, I mean, if nobody's watching, then how do you know what the fuck he's watching? How do you know what he's talking about if nobody's watching? You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. Niggas need to just let people do their own content. You come over there and talk shit about this nigga's content and then talk about nobody's watching it, but you always know what he's talking about. So which one is it?
Or if Umar combs his hair, nobody's watching that stuff. So he has to put me or Anti-Afro into the mix. I mean, whatever. I mean, make your money, but don't believe, don't sit around believing that I'm not going to respond if I want to. And don't be crying and complaining and crying in your bananas when folks strike back.
What? So does that apply to you? Because that's exactly what be happening. People strike back at you for the fuck shit you do, and then you want to feel some type of way and cry in your fucking bananas when niggas cry and talk about you. Like, what the fuck? Which one is it, Rev G? What one we doing?
Divine, the ad rules are the ad rules. I don't pick people off of my drink. I don't vote them all. I let them get all their shit out. So
yeah, Divine can kiss my ass. I mean, you hit the link, Divine.
That part make a change. That part. If you don't like what people make videos on, just don't watch. Exactly. Like, why are you breaking your neck to be over there watching? That's the part about it. You said this lying motherfucker is the whiniest bastard in the sector. Okay. Just whiny. You whine about shit. This is why I like how KKC comes in here, because this nigga comes in and he just slays this guy. Okay. And I want y'all to hear how this goes and what was being said.
Oh,
you always saying,
you don't like Divine? Oh my God.
Because Divine, I don't even know who a lot of these people. I've never had have a conversation with. I don't even know these people.
And as I was saying, why do people have to have had a conversation with you to have had an opinion about you, Rev G? Like, it is okay for people to have an opinion about you. They don't have to hit the link and argue with you and talk shit and do that. Nobody has to do that. I have an opinion about you. So fucking what? Why do you get so butthurt every time somebody has a goddamn opinion about you? It ain't that goddamn serious. But we're going to go ahead and let your dumb ass continue.
And they always have something weird to say. So, I mean.
Just asking.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, kiss my ass.
I mean, you always got something weird to say. Every time I do go and check out your channel, you always got somebody you talking about this, and you get fixated on people and just go in and talk for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks until finally you realize they're not paying you no mind. That is what you do. You do this shit all the time. And then when somebody finally actually responds to you after 100 times that you done said all this crazy shit about them, then you want to act all butthurt and shocked, and you surprised that they saying something about you. Like, it's just crazy dealing with grown people like this, grown ass, old ass men like this. This shit is crazy.
Respectfully. And have a good day on purpose while you at it.
I mean, you doing all this while you at work. You doing all this while you at work, though. I hope your motherfucking supervisors in them walk in on your ass one day while you doing this fuck shit.
The dysfunctional YouTube family, man.
Shout out to you, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on here.
Yo, y'all don't gotta, my panel is your panel. Y'all don't gotta thank me ever. Y'all don't gotta fair use my shit. If y'all catch it while it's still up. Somebody trying to come up right now to speak they speech. So, you know what I mean? This what it is, man. I do this for the sector. I do this for the sector, nothing else, man. So, you know what I mean? Y'all can do whatever y'all want to speak, however y'all want to speak.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. So what's the end game, man? What's the end game?
All right,
Now,
so
wait a
what's
minute.
up,
Before
crazy?
KKC even answers that question, I'm going to say this. Nigga, the end game is when you niggas end it. Y'all are the ones that are always starting shit with people. And then when they clap back at your ass with big bombs, then you niggas want to act like, oh, I'm so hurt. I'm so wounded. Where's the end game? Dumbass, when your dumbass stops fucking with me. That's when the end game comes. Okay? Hello? How long we been telling you that? The end game is when you end it, idiot. But we're going to go ahead and keep continuing and let your dumb ass keep going.
What's good with you, Wolf?
Wolf, what's good, man? Just sitting in the chat laughing at everybody trying to bait me into to respond or,
Well, you
get me
here
to
now,
rap.
baby. Here now.
Man,
Yes.
I'm always here, man. I never left. I keep telling y'all that, but folks don't listen.
Right. My bad. All right. Well, look, I'm a mute.
All right. What's your end game, man? What's the end game, sir?
Whatever you want it to be.
No, I mean that's the question. I mean, because you have been.
Whatever you want it to be, my nigga, that's when it ends. When you end it, that's when it fucking ends. As long as you keep getting your dusty ass, toothless ass up here and keep talking about shit, I'm going to keep talking about you. That's what the fuck is going to happen, nigga. So if you want it to fucking end, if you want the bleeding to stop, then shut the fuck up. That's basically what niggas is telling.
The one that started all this up. So I'm asking you.
Let's go ahead and let's skip the semantics,
game?
man.
See, nigga, we not going to rewrite history out here. What are you talking about? He started all this shit up. What are you talking about?
Let's skip the semantics.
What's your end game?
The end game will be what you want it to be.
Oh my God.
God will help and save you. You call on him.
You're the one with the problem, obviously. And I'm asking
Hey,
you,
man, I'm
what's
not
the
here
end
to
game?
pass the buck. Like I said, whatever you want it to be. If you want it to stop, you stop. You don't want me to make songs, you stop making songs. You stop, I stop. You keep going, I keep going.
Dumbass.
Hold on.
Look, man.
Let's back up.
Look.
Let's back up, sir.
Look, it's this simple. It's this simple, man. It is this simple. You can tell these people all day long that I started with you. You can tell these people that
I'm going to move this banner real quick so y'all can see these praying hands on the screen. Shout out to Propane Oakland and the praying hands on the screen because y'all got to see this shit while this nigga getting cooked, okay?
I just keep talking about y'all. You can tell them this story all day long. You and I know the fucking truth. Y'all mad because the video I did last night is on members only. So you have to pay to watch to hear what I said since you missed it. And like I said, if you want this shit to stop, you stop. Because again, this shit been going on since 2021. I showed the emails of what me and Anti-Afro Svengali said about this situation, with you getting pissed off that I outed you and told you stop doing your petty bullshit. And you won't stop. You keep talking on me. And the moment I decide to respond consistently and don't stop, now I'm the problem. Now, I just won't move on. He said he was going to move on. So, again.
That just sounds so familiar with Rev G, like with everybody across the board and AAS across the board. It's always they won't move on and they won't leave me alone and they won't stop talking about me. And this is why I'm looking up their mother and I'm looking up their grandmother. And this is why I'm looking up information about their kids and all this stuff, because they won't stop talking shit about me online. Like, this is the stuff that these niggas justify this shit over. And it sounds so familiar because it's with everybody across the board.
The end game is you stopping and I stop. If you don't stop, it will keep going. There's no confusion about what the fuck I just said. It's that simple, bro.
All right.
Now, that's a good one
thank
too,
you for your...
That's a good one too. To be honest, no one has to move on, right? But if these motherfuckers want to keep talking shit and then say, well, what's the end game? When do you stop? Why are you not doing this to me still? Why are you still doing, bitch? Because you still doing it. If you want me to stop talking about you, stop talking about me. Period. But how about, like Spottum said, I ain't got to stop talking about no motherfucking body. But since you want me to stop talking about you, then stop talking about me. Right? Like, that's how this goes. If you're the one asking when the end game is, well, that's the end game, nigga. When you end it. Period. Like, what the fuck? But yes, Spottum, you're right. None of us got to move the fuck on. Ain't none of us got to stop talking about shit. Talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about around here. You said Rev G be trolling too. And too. You said it's funny that KKC said that because that is why Rev G got mad at me, I think you're saying, because I left a comment saying that it looked like he enjoys this. Exactly. Don't it look like that though? It looked like this. I know what you were saying, mad. Yep. Mad at me because I left a comment saying that it looks like he enjoys this. And that's facts. It really did. But we're going to go ahead and continue with this because KKC was dropping the bombs.
Your opinion of the
hey man, skip the semantics and get to what you gotta say, man. God damn, don't want to hear you thinking and all that, man. Get to what you gotta say, bro.
You have the opportunity to speak, and it sounds like you're not sober at all. And I've already stated everything that I've said. You the one that
you know what?
You the one that.
Here's the thing with that. Okay,
is good guys a gang? Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. Here's another thing with that. These motherfuckers always try to do that shit. Like, oh, you know what? You're drunk, so nobody can believe what you're saying. Or you know what? You're high, so nobody believe what you're saying. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if that nigga's fucking drunk, high. I don't give a fuck what the fuck. A drunk mind speaks a sober motherfucking truth. Even though I don't think he was drunk at all. But I think he was speaking facts. And when niggas speak facts, that's one of the first things y'all want to throw out. Oh, they drunk. Oh, they not talking the truth because they drunk. Oh, no, don't believe him because he drunk. No, nigga, shit, facts are facts. People been here. They've been seeing exactly what's been going on with you and what's been happening with AFW for years. Y'all ain't hiding shit from nobody. This nigga just came out here and bombed on that ass and spoke facts to them about that shit. And we're not going to pretend that he didn't. But we're going to go ahead and go back to what he was saying.
You can tell these people that I just keep talking about y'all. You can tell them this story all day long. You and I know the fucking truth. Y'all mad because the video I did last night is on members only. So you have to pay to watch to hear what I said since you missed it. And like I said, if you want this shit to stop, you stop. Because again, this shit been going on since 2021. I showed the emails of what me and Anti-Afro Svengali said about this situation, with you getting pissed off that I outed you and told you stop doing your petty bullshit. And you won't stop.
Exactly, Bernice. That's just one of their deflections. They just love to say that they're drunk or they this or they that. They don't know what they talking about, all this other stuff. It's always something. Like, we know y'all. We know that y'all be the ones that's lying and doing the stuff that y'all do.
Stop. You keep talking on me. And the moment I decide to respond consistently and don't stop, now I'm the problem. Now, oh, I just won't move on. Oh, he said he was going to move on. So, again, the end game is you stopping and I stop. If you don't stop, it will keep going. There's no confusion about what the fuck I just said. It's that simple, bro.
All right. Well, thank you for your opinion of the
Hey man, skip the semantics and get to what you gotta say, man. God damn.
Facts. Skip all the semantics and your opinion and all that. Nigga, this ain't no fucking opinion. These is facts. Period. Facts.
Don't want to hear you thinking and all that, man. Get to what you gotta say, bro.
You have the opportunity to speak, and it sounds like you're not sober at all. And I've already stated everything that I've said. You the one that You the one that initiated this, and I'm not worried about your piss ass songs. I'm not worried about any of that, and I'm not worried about your videos. Folks have already recorded that video last night. What I'm saying is,
that's fine, nigga. Like, it's what I'm telling you is,
I'm saying,
Rev G, did you think anybody would care that somebody recorded the video? That happens all the time. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Bottom line is, he said what he said. Period. And we seen it. And guess what? We agree. Bottom line, don't matter who fucking recorded what. So what? So more people can see the facts. Who cares?
if you ain't gonna shut the fuck up speaking on me, and every time you talk about me, every time you gotta make your side remarks, your side comments, y'all keep doing the shit and act like, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't said nothing. Nigga, I ain't got time for the kid games. Listen, man, because you seem to be lost in a fucking sauce. And I'm trying to get you to see the fucking light. If you want the shit to stop, you motherfucking stop. It's that plain and simple. Keep your family members away from my channel. We can start there. Tell them motherfuckers, stay away from King Kong Crazy, because y'all don't want to be attacked. But yet, y'all keep going into spaces, saying shit to me, trying to get people to go off on y'all. Stop the bullshit, man. Stop. Stop. Are you going to tell the people, are you ready to tell the people that your family got channels on YouTube in this sector and that they purposely go around causing mischief? Are you ready to admit that? Or we gonna keep on playing these stupid ass games? I don't know what you're talking about. Because if you want to go there, that's what we'll keep doing. We'll keep playing this same ring around the fucking rosy game with you, if that's what you want to do, man. If that's what you want to do.
So speaking of sauce, it seems like you are very sauced
man,
out.
Goddamn, man. Here you go talking about goddamn sauce. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro.
You are, man.
This nigga don't want.
See, these niggas is the kings and queens of fucking deflection, okay? Nigga, do you want to talk about your family members that got fucking channels and fucking accounts up in here that be coming after motherfuckers like me? Huh? Do you want to talk about it or not?
Want to stop. He don't want to stop, man. He don't want to stop.
I'm gonna just say I'm saucy, but go ahead.
He don't want to stop, bro. So
shout out to Propane. He's talking about he's saucy. But nigga, we want to talk about this sauce, okay? We want to talk about these family members of yours, Mr. Palmer. What's going on, sir?
It's just that simple, man. I know you can't stop yourself from being yourself. Okay. Meaning you can't stop being on bullshit, and you gonna keep doing it. That's why I made the album for you, Rev G. So you fail to realize you are stuck in 2021 and all the way up to mid 2022. You can't move past anything I told you back in 2021. You ain't said nothing about anything I have said or done currently. Everything is 21 and beyond. Get your ass.
Oh, make a change. Put your seatbelt on, because we about to get into it, sir. Yeah. There's some bombshells that dropped in this video. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into it.
Some new information, and then come and talk to me. If you want to keep recycling the fact that I told you, hey man, you keep antagonizing the same people that attacked you and your wife. I fell victim to that shit. Stop. And you won't stop. Like, what the fuck, man?
Hold on. But actually, sir,
what am I holding on for?
I'm not. I have not talked about that. What I've talked about.
Man, look, man. I didn't get on this panel to hear you slide, and I didn't do. Man, stand on your square, bro. If you say the shit, stand behind it. Just like I told you. If you gonna say son of a bitch, you won't call somebody a son of a bitch. Say that shit with your chest with 10 toes on the ground. I don't know if I said that. I don't know. I know I'm a son of a bitch, and you a bitch ass son. We already got that. Nigga, if you say it, stand on it. Stop stuttering. Stand on it. Say that shit with your chest, bro.
Hold on.
I ain't holding on. I'm not. Say that shit with your chest, Rev G.
See,
nigga, what we holding on for? Say that shit with your chest, nigga.
Say it
You need
right
you
now.
need
Stand on your nuts, nigga. Stand on your titties.
to get
Say
you
it.
need to get
Say it.
you,
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Look, this the only mediation I'm gonna try to do. All right, crazy.
yeah, mute
You
him.
not ready to hear no semantics, no
Nah,
none.
he's yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if he is gonna do that, can you put your patience button on to still try to get to the point, or like I said, or you cannot. I don't care. I want a solution.
All right. It's about solutions. So the thing he asked, what's the end game? My end game is if you stop, I stop. You don't stop, well then you can expect me to keep going. It's that simple, bro.
Okay.
It's that simple.
All right,
You
let
have
me
it?
talk now. Okay,
That's easy.
because here's the thing, man.
That was very simple. And you still want to keep going. And this is why you got cooked.
You were very intoxicated. You're not willing to listen. I'm willing to
Bro,
listen.
I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee. I'm
Okay.
not drinking anything alcoholic.
Okay.
I'm not
Bruh,
not
you
incoherent.
got it wrong.
Bro.
I'm the one intoxicated.
No.
Like,
You're controlled, but he's not. But let me go ahead.
All right.
Let me
Say what you gotta say, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to say what I got to say. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so basically, I have not spoke on the thing that happened in 21. I'm talking about what happened in 2022 when you decided
Okay,
to
Nate,
you would do your members only panel and mention me and my wife and all that. When I have said nothing to you, and my thing is, man, move the fuck on. You're the one with the.
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit because I want y'all to hear this motherfucking nigga. What the fuck this dusty nigga said? Like, I really want y'all to hear this for a second.
And my thing is, man, move the fuck on. You're the one with the issues and with the problem.
10 toes on the ground. Don't say, I don't know if I said that. I don't.
No.
I know I'm a son of a bitch, and you a bitch ass son. We already got that. Nigga, if you say it, stand on it. Stop stuttering. Stand on it. Say that shit with your chest, bro.
Hold on.
I ain't holding on. I'm not. Say that shit with your chest, Rev G.
See,
say it.
You need to get.
Say it.
Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Look, this the only mediation I'm gonna try to do. All right, crazy. You
mute him.
The only one
no semantics, no.
Nah, he's. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if he is gonna do that, can you put your patience button on to still try to get to the point, or like I said, or you cannot. I don't care. I want a solution.
All right, it's about solutions. So the thing he asked, what's the end game? My end game is if you stop, I stop. You don't stop, well then you can expect me to keep going. It's that simple, bro.
Okay.
It's that simple.
All right, let me talk now. Okay, because here's the thing, man. You were very intoxicated. You're not willing to listen. I'm willing to listen.
I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee. I'm not drinking anything alcoholic.
Okay.
I'm not incoherent. I'm
the one intoxicated.
No. You're controlled, but he's not. But let me go ahead.
All right.
Let me
say what you gotta say, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to say what I got to say. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so basically, I have not spoke on the thing that happened in 21. I'm talking about what happened in 2022 when you decided you would do your members only panel and mention me and my wife and all that. When I have said nothing to you, and my thing is, man, move the fuck on. You're the one with the issues and with the problem.
Now, before KKC kicks this nigga's ass and really cooks this nigga, I just want to point out what he said. He's asking him to move on, right? And it is what? February 22nd, 2023, okay? He's asking a man to move on from a conversation that he says this man had in 2022. How much sense does it make for you to look me in my face? And I had a conversation with people on a members only, by the way, right? On my channel, by the way, right? With my members, with people that fool with me, that fuck with me. I had a conversation with them about 7 or 8 months ago about you. and I mentioned whatever I mentioned. It don't matter if I said your wife was a dusty bitch. It don't matter if I said your wife is a hoe. It don't matter if I said your wife is a saint, okay? Whatever I said, I fucking said. And I said that 8 months ago. And you are telling me today to move the fuck on from that conversation. Bitch, who needs to move on? Is it me or you? Because this was 8 months ago. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let KKC cook your ass. Because he really had to cook your ass after that dumb shit. Because that was fucking dumb. How stupid
And
is that?
if I want to make a video about you, I will. But I'd rather not.
That being said, you would rather not, but you do it. You can say all day, I'd rather not do this. I'd rather not go to King Kong Crazy's channel. As a matter of fact, I don't go to that crazy man's channel. But we see you, monkey man. Like, come on, bro. Like, you say you don't want to make videos, but you know you're going to do it. Like, be real, bro.
Like, you say you don't come over there, you don't watch him, but you know every fucking thing he fucking does. It's like Breaking the Culture know with Let Me See Your Transcript. She know every fucking thing she do, every move she make. Like, but you hate this bitch. You can't stand her so fucking much, but you know everything she doing. Like, how the fuck do you know everything KKC do if you're not fucking watching? The fuck?
Hold on. I thought I was getting an opportunity to go ahead and speak my mind. Okay, so, I mean, the deal is, man, the ball is in your hand. You can go ahead
and fuck the ball. That motherfucker deflated, nigga. You can go ahead and move on.
You can go ahead and get your life, get all the bananas that you want, pay your child support.
Hey, bro,
if you go ahead and move on without me.
All right. So it's this simple.
So before he cooks him real quick, because I know he about to cook him, y'all. But yes, make a change. You said KKC is correct. Stand on it if you say it. Exactly. Like when I told Rev G, I saw him with my own eyes put D. Durrell's wife's name in the chat. Instead of him standing on it, he lied and said he didn't do that. And he always does that. He does that all the time. He'll hide, throw his hand, throw rocks, and hide his hands. Just like we about to find out right motherfucking now, okay? We about to get really deep up in what's going on up in this sector. You said the beautiful Bernice said, mind you, he never had a conversation with Rev G. KKC in 2022 only responded to comments that Rev G made that are now in an album called The Gospel. Exactly. This is the part he don't get. But he tries to turn around to you dumbass, new dumb derelicts and try to tell y'all this stupid shit like as if it's really like that. No, these niggas be doing this fuck shit. And then when niggas clap back at them 8-9 months ago, these niggas want to act like they're still talking about them. And no, KKC has been going through this for a long time with Rev G. A long time. You said next time y'all CP, tell him I said thanks for the kisses. He knew me better than he thought. Okay. All right, my opinion. Well, I appreciate you coming in the building and shout out to you for coming out today. Slander Guy, you said the troll account reviews was crazy. Okay. All right, listen, let's go ahead and get into the rest of what KKC is saying. And we still got to go over to Alan Logic show as well.
You want to talk about my child support situation, bitch? Are you going to pay it? Are you going to pay it? Bitch, no, answer the question. Since you want to, since you want to sit here on this panel and dox, since you want to dox. Shout out to Miss Snyder. I need you to tell this nigga stop fucking with me, man. Stop. Michelle Snyder. Tell this man to stand down. Woo! Tell this man to stop talking about my child support. I'm not behind on it. I'm not behind. I told the people that I was, but I'm not. Now, hold on. Why do you bring up my child support? What the fuck do this have to do with anything? It's this type of shit that you do. Because that's why I won't stay up off of you, bro. Because you on that bullshit. Fuck you, Rev G. Man,
you keep bringing up my wife. You keep bringing up my family.
Man, nigga, I ain't said shit about your wife, nigga. I ain't said nothing about your. What the fuck did I? I'm finna say something about her bitch ass now.
Okay.
I'm finna piss you all the way off with it. Fuck your wife, nigga.
We are
paying
your child support.
Your wife, the son that you get to draw the monkey pictures, the daughter that you keep sending to my goddamn channel. Fuck you, your family, and everybody.
Ooh, what? Who? What? Your son and your daughter? Who the fuck are that?
Come after them motherfuckers. That's
Ain't
how I
nobody
feel, bro.
sending. Ain't nobody sending.
Nigga, you
I don't
keep
send. Ain't
talking
nobody
about my
sending.
personal situation just
You
so that you
too.
can try to have an up. What the fuck does my child support have to do with anything? I'm not behind. I don't owe. So what the fuck are you saying?
We pay your child support because of.
So wait. We are going to get back to that part because you just said a bombshell. So I need to hear that again.
And my thing is, man, move the fuck on.
Channel, fuck you, your family, and
What?
everybody to come after them motherfuckers. That's
Ain't
how I
nobody
feel, bro.
sending. Ain't nobody sending.
Nigga, you
I don't
keep
send. Ain't
talking
nobody
about my
sending.
personal situation just
You
so that you
too.
can try to have an up. What?
Hold on, let me
Channel, fuck you, your family, and
What?
everybody to come after them motherfuckers. That's
Ain't
how I
nobody
feel, bro.
sending.
Let's play it back a little bit.
Bitch, no, answer the
You know,
question. Since you want to, no, nigga, since you want to sit here on this panel and dox, since you want to dox,
No.
so shout out to Miss Snyder. I need you to tell this nigga stop fucking with me, man. Stop, Michelle Snyder. Tell this man to stand down. Tell this man to stop talking about my child support. I'm not behind on it. I'm not behind. I told the people that I was, but I'm not. Now, fuck, hold on. Why do you bring up my child support? What the fuck do this have to do with anything? It's this type of shit that you do.
Because you
That's why I won't stay up off of you, bro. Because you on that bullshit. Fuck you, Rev G. Man,
you keep bringing up my wife. You keep bringing up my family.
Man, nigga, I ain't said shit about your wife, nigga. I ain't said nothing about your. What the fuck did I? I'm finna say something about her bitch ass now.
Okay.
I'm finna piss you all the way off with it. Fuck your wife, nigga.
We are
fuck
paying your child support.
Your wife, the son that you get to draw the monkey pictures, the daughter that you keep sending to my goddamn channel. Fuck you, your family, and everybody to come after them motherfuckers. That's how I feel, bro.
Ain't nobody sending.
Nigga, you keep talking about my personal situation just so that you can try to have an up. What the fuck does my child support have to do with anything? I'm not behind. I don't owe. So what the fuck are you saying?
We pay your child support because of the videos you make about us. How about that?
Nigga, you don't pay my child support. That shit comes out of... Look, man.
Woo, I got you there, didn't I?
No, I'm gonna tell you how I got you, though. You hold on for just a second.
Here it comes, Sean. It's about to come. It's coming. Everybody put their seatbelts on.
As you can see, this ain't. No, I'm not playing no audio. I'm not playing no goddamn audio because what I'm tired of is you keep saying I'm talking about Barbara and I ain't saying nothing about her ass. I only say I don't think your wife want a bitch ass man because no woman wants a bitch ass man, and you keep on saying you're speaking on my wife. Then what the fuck I say about it that got you all uptight since 2022, bitch? What the fuck I say about it?
You don't have to mention anybody's family.
What the fuck I say?
Nobody
what I say? You can't even say what I said. So fuck you, her, and anybody else that got a problem with.
Okay.
Fuck you talking about, man.
See, you start this stuff.
You're not going to stop your bullshit. I don't care what you say. I won't stop and start. Nigga, if you gonna keep doing the bullshit you doing up here on this panel in front of these people, no, nigga, I ain't gonna stop talking on you.
Barbara is Rev G's wife. That is Barbara Palmer.
It's that simple.
That's fine.
Nigga,
that's fine.
And that's public information. That's why I would say it.
I know it's fine because you're gonna have to deal with that shit. Fuck you and what you feel.
It goes both ways, though.
I know it goes both ways, but hey, man, like I said, man, if the end game will be the end game that you want, I will do what the fuck you do to me. Meaning, you keep on doxing me. Well, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If you keep talking about anything in my person, if you talking about anything in my personal
a couple people about to cry.
life, I don't give a fuck what you said. What the hell I say about you personally? Besides today, nigga, can you tell the people? Or are you just gonna keep on talking pancake shit? What the fuck I say?
What the
fuck did I say, man?
In fact, I'll play that. I'll do a video and I'll play your audio.
See, here you go. Now we gotta wait and play audio.
You got you got the audio ready?
No, he ain't got the fucking audio because it don't exist. He's gonna chop up some audio that I said from a 6-hour live stream. That nigga don't have no audio from 22 when I said what about his wife.
Right, that always happens. Like they always come. This is what I want y'all to hear for y'all new people in the fucking back, okay? This is what Rev G and AAS like to do. They like to take bits and pieces of things you would have said. You may have said this here, and then you said this on this live stream, and then something else somewhere else. And they'll take and chop it all together and make it sound like it was one big conversation, and they be fucking lying. Okay? Naps, this happened on Propane Oak Lane's channel yesterday. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to him. Make sure that y'all are hitting the like button over there as well as over here, okay? Let's go ahead and get back into this stuff over here because KKC is out here cooking, y'all. He ain't done. He ain't done. Put y'all damn seatbelts on.
I keep playing the audio for Eric. It's in the goddamn album that I gave to him. The only thing I said about his goddamn wife is that the good guys attacked her because that nigga wouldn't stay off their panel. That's it. This nigga, man, I got the whole email, man. What the fuck you mean? How this nigga kept sending me Facebook friend requests after I had blocked this nigga. Like, man, fuck you, nigga. Okay. You keep on trying to talk these and play these damn mental games. Like, who are you really trying to convince, nigga? You ain't convincing me. And these people out here in this panel, they don't know shit. They just want entertainment. At the end of the day, the bottom line is this, motherfucker. You can sit here, you can play these mind games on this panel. I know personally, you know, you want some bullshit. And I'm telling you on this panel today, if you are going to keep up with your bullshit, I'm not going to stop with my bullshit. And I will do what you do better than you, nigga. You want to keep on bringing songs out on me? I promise you my shit will always be better than yours. Make an album right now. Drop that shit and make...
Nigga, he said you playing with ketchup. He got fucking hot sauce out this bitch, okay?
Make it better than the album I made on you. I bet you can't do that shit. Fuck you.
I could do that in my sleep, but I won't.
Man, I don't give a fuck what you can do in your sleep, nigga. I don't want to hear about your goddamn sleep. Get to the bottom line, nigga.
Right.
What do you want the end game to be? Since you want to keep talking about that shit.
Yo, this shit was like old school wrestling out this motherfucker. This nigga was getting his ass whooped out this.
Okay.
So, all right, let me.
Fuck you talking about?
Let me help you. Let me help him.
Are we ending right now?
Man, it's not. No, he's not gonna do it. This nigga still see.
Hey, Propane, let me help him.
Right. Say what you gotta say, bitch, nigga. God damn.
See, I haven't called you out your name, but I'm gonna say this.
Nigga, you start calling me on my name all the fucking time.
Shut up,
man. Oh my god.
You're gonna have a stroke, man.
This level of I know you're gonna say I'm gonna have a stroke, nigga. If I do, I promise you I will still survive to get back on this goddamn panel and cut your funk ass out. It don't matter what you say. I can have a heart attack right now. I bet you God allows me to stay alive to get back up here to cut your ass out again, nigga. I don't care what you fucking say about I'm gonna stroke out, I'm gonna have a heart attack, or I'm gonna just pass. Whatever the fuck you gotta say to try to keep the one up. Get to the solutions, nigga. You don't have none. You don't have a solution.
Okay,
no, you don't.
Here's the solution. Let me talk. Okay. Hey, Propane. Here's my solution. I'm gonna let him continue to do all that the stuff that he wants to do, and I'm just gonna fall back. Okay.
Man, you gonna fall the fuck back and be quiet, or you gonna fall the fuck back, make videos, and I'm gonna keep on outing your ass. And if your family keeps coming over to my panel, I'm gonna out their ass. Get the fuck away from my channel. Right. I don't like you, your daddy, leave me the fuck alone. If y'all keep saying that y'all are getting attacked, KRP, stay your monkey ass away from my channel. DMP, stay your ass away from my channel. You don't get attacked if you don't come over here fucking with people trying to get our attention.
Who? KRP? DMP? P?
leave us the fuck alone, we leave you alone. It's that simple. If you want your family to keep coming to my channel trying to get a reaction, don't get mad when you get said reaction. It's that goddamn simple. The fuck wrong with you? Are you and your family that goddamn stupid or some shit?
Okay.
Were y'all born stupid or didn't take years of dedication, man? What kind of stupid shit is this?
Let's fix something. Okay.
Man, I ain't fixing shit. Fix your mouth to tell your family to stay away from my fucking channel. It's that simple, bro. Why you ain't even telling the people out here that you got family members in the sector? Why you ain't doing that?
Okay.
So at least they know, well, if we talk about that person, that's Rev G's family. That's why he keeps saying, me and my family keep getting attacked. Because your bitch ass ain't telling them they got channels. What the fuck?
Okay.
Man, what the hell you talking about, bro?
Is that true?
No. Hell yeah, it's true. You go lie. Lie and say DMP is not your family. Lie and say KRP is not your family. That's the initials, bro. That's their initials. The fuck you talking about? The P in their name stands for Palmer.
All right, hold on. Let me talk. Let me talk.
All right.
Hold on. Let me talk. Now, wait, nigga. We not about to dance over that, okay? Because I know in particular, KRP and DMP are both on my block list, okay? Along with your ass, okay, Rev G. Because they definitely been coming for me. I mean, they've been having all type of shit. And every time I pop up in a chat somewhere or pop up somewhere and I see them, they always got something to say about me. So yes, DMP and KRP are related to Rev GP, okay? Reverend Gerald Palmer. So now niggas coming out the motherfucking woodwork. All type of bombshells is dropping around here. Huh? Rev G cat got your motherfucking tongue, my nigga? What's going on? What's happening? So you have your family members, your dusty ass, busted ass, bitch ass family members up in here, up in the sector, coming for niggas, sitting up in these chats, talking shit, doxing niggas, coming after people's license, picking up people's information, dropping people's stuff all over this motherfucking sector. Is your dusty motherfucking ass doing that? Okay. Now we know what the fuck is really going on. Now we know who the fuck is who. See, all the motherfucking tea always comes out. All that shit always come out in the fucking wash. And it don't matter what you say or how you say it. You can't deny this. Because there's folks that know you in AAS. They know how y'all move. They know y'all peoples. They know who's who. And now they dropping the motherfucking tea. Shout out to KKC. Let's see what else we was going to talk about on this particular video, because there's one more part of this video. You know what? Nope. I think he said enough on this video because Rev G tries to say that DMP stands for Digital Media Productions, okay? But he never explained what KRP stands for. P&P stands for Palmer. That's what we motherfucking know, okay? And that's just that. But we're going to go ahead and get on to Alan's video where, and again, shout out to Propane Oak Lane, guys. Again, make sure, let me remove the banner. Make sure that you guys are checking out Propane Oak Lane so that you can subscribe over there. Make sure that you do go over and check out the show. Also hit that notification bell so that you know when he is live, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what his channel is. It is Propane Oak Lane over there. He's over at about 1,600 subscribers. So make sure that you guys go over, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell so that you know every time he is live, and hit that like button as well. Let's go ahead and go over to Alan Logic. Mr. What You Gonna Do About It? Shout out to him. I appreciate him for always coming in the building. Make sure that you guys are over there as well, checking out Alan Logic so that you can subscribe. We've got him at 181 subscribers. We want to get him up. So make sure that you are subscribed, hitting the like and the notification bell so that you always know when the brother is live, okay? And we are going to talk about a lot of great points and parts that were brought up in Alan's show. But I just want to talk a little bit about DMP. I'm going to, and also KRP being Rev G's family members allegedly, because like I said, I thought that was a very crazy bombshell, okay? And a very interesting part of the show. And I'm also going to read you guys comments on that and see what you guys think as well, because I see that the comment section is kind of going off right now on what just came out, okay? This is heavy. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me go back up here a little bit. Everybody's saying, hey, my opinion is saying hi to everybody. She got the wide eyes going on. And you said, say it ain't so, okay? Yeah, you said niggas who dox my license. Wow, you said that's years worth of cussing he's been holding in, okay? I'm trying to tell you. You said, speak. What the fuck kind of tsunami is going on? You said, crazy. What's up, Slanted Guy? You said, living. And you said, my opinion, this shit heavy. Mm-hmm. You said, this is right. You said, it's right. Mm-hmm. PH is right. You said, Darrell, I found your channel years ago because Anti did a video on you. How about that? You said, he can't say it. Right, exactly. He can't own up to the fact that these are his actual family members, but he wasn't expecting KKC to say that, right? That was heavy right there. That was a big bombshell that most of us probably did not know. When I heard that shit, I had to rewind it a couple times to make sure I heard that shit right. Like, what? Yeah, that's crazy. He said, right. A lot of people told me that living life. Okay, yeah. He said, exactly, T. Pre. He said, my opinion, I'm right. He's had enough. He said, speak, look. You said, for you and your wife. You said, living. And then you said, KRP, RGP, DMP, the Palmers. Oh, man. RGP as well. Reverend Gerald Palmer. KRP and DMP. And allegedly this is a son and a daughter. You said, yo, these people bringing their family to troll. They all fucking weirdos, okay? Like, if you're going to troll on your motherfucking own. Why your son and your daughter got to help you troll, too? Like, y'all some weird motherfuckers. Y'all some weirdos. Real nigga shit. You said, hey, sweetness to D. And you said, to speak easy. You said, toast up to the wolf. You said, damn. You said, Darrell, when I turned in, your topic was Black community issues, and I was hooked. You said, wow. You said, docs. What's up, KOM? You said, toast KKC, and you said, wow again, right? I'm just saying. Listen, I'm going to let y'all take a quick little bathroom break. Go ahead and get y'all some water, roll up a blunt, whatever y'all got to do, take a shot. I mean, it's 11:30 over here. It's a little early in the morning for that shit. But listen, I know y'all just heard some heavy shit, okay? But we're going to go ahead and let y'all do that. And then we're going to get right back into this hot news right here. Yo, you cannot be making jokes like this when I'm pulling on my weed, man. Okay. You said, I thought the whole family watching was just a joke. I'm just saying. We all thought that was just a goddamn joke, man. It don't make no goddamn sense. What the fuck these people be having their kids doing? Like, how is your kids up in here trolling with you? Like, it's bad enough your job is mad about what the fuck you doing, and you got your kids up in here too? They look dumb as fuck right now. Like, I can imagine what the fuck they look like too while they doing this dumb shit. They probably got the same teeth as you, sir. Like, that's why they out here with the fuck shit. Like, what the fuck? Wow. Goddamn shame. Goddamn shame. You said, how does the Reverend continue to draw these hostile emotions out of every male he encounters? Because he is a sore, sour piece of puss. That's fucking why. Literally, that's why. It don't make no goddamn sense. Hashtag, don't let Mike on the panel. People be feeling some type of way. Mikey, you are always welcome here, okay? I ain't gonna kick you off the panel, Mikey. I probably would tell you to be quiet or let me just finish cooking or whatever, but I ain't gonna kick you off the panel. You always welcomed over here, okay? Shout out to you. He said, TC. You said, Rev G, his family be trolling us. So sad, really sad. They got to take turns. Shot to the head. Facts. Fucking facts, man. You said that's messed up his own family. Don't be helping him win these panel battles. Okay? How come they don't hop up on the panel with their daddy? Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all be not popping on the panel with y'all pops? Y'all just gonna leave y'all pops out here to get chewed the fuck up like this? Y'all is sad. Y'all some fucked up family members, and that's word on everything. That's word on every motherfucking thing. Now, y'all niggas knew the Secktah was going to cook that ass, okay? And y'all knew I was going to bring it to the morning motherfucking opinion. Y'all already knew I was going to bring that shit out here. You said, have you spoken on Sean Davy Way starting all this fake Aaliyah daughter scam? I did. I actually talked about that yesterday and the day before. I think the day before that too. So yeah, I've been talking about that situation a lot. I spoke on Sean Davy Way and his portion of that, his part in it. I spoke on the official campaign and his part in this. I spoke very openly about that. So shout out to you, Knockout Media. Make sure you go over and check out those videos, okay? And you said, damn, Mikey, what the fuck? You say, yes, sir. You said Rev G still be losing with the rigid chat, with the rigged chat. It don't make no motherfucking sense, man. You said my family would be telling me to go sit the fuck down. Okay, if I was doing the shit he doing, hell yeah. You said Rev G loves big hot dogs. You know what? Okay, so we're going to go ahead on that note, Mikey, and we're going to go to the next commentary out here. Again, let me go ahead and show you guys my friend Alan Logic, one of my favorite loungers out here. Make sure that you guys go over to his channel. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure that you guys share the show and do hit the like button as well. Okay. Alan had a lot of great points on the show yesterday that came out, and I just wanted to touch base on a lot of that stuff, because there was a lot of things that that bombshells that was dropped on the show yesterday that I was not aware of, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into a lot of this stuff, and a lot of things that were said kind of put some puzzle pieces together of some things, okay? So again, this is a fair use. We're going to go ahead and hit the fair use banner on that. I know Alan doesn't mind if I use it, but I do want to go ahead and just for that, again, I want you guys him to get the watch time. So make sure that you guys go over and check out the show over there, okay? Now, again, this is the morning opinion, okay? So in the event that you are spoken on, okay, and an opinion comes out about you, that does not mean that, it warrants a picture of my grandparents, a picture of my mother, or anybody to be on a thumbnail, okay? It is my fucking opinion. And you niggas need to learn how to have some real, like thick ass skin around here if you're going to be in this goddamn sector. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a lot of bombshells that was dropped yesterday and a lot of things. And I'm going to give my commentary on it, and we're going to go from there. Okay. And again, shout out to Alan Logic, one of my favorite loungers out here. So let me go ahead and go to the parts that I wanted to talk about. First part is when KKC first comes up on the panel, okay? So we're going to talk about what he was talking about and kind of how that conversation went. So bear with me just a moment while I get to that part. And again, make sure you guys hit the like button over here. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure that you share as well this video.
Come outside, come to the Outlaws, and come see Unique. And they haven't done any of that yet.
No, they're not
They still haven't done that shit.
going to do it, man. The only thing they want to
they're
do
not
is
gonna
sit
do
back in a safe space and talk about Black females. KKC, man, what did you have on your mind, sir? I was listening to you this morning, man, and I just thought that, bro, you brought out some shit. You brought out the stuff that was just amazing to me. And I sat back and listened to a coward run the entire time that you were up there talking.
Man,
But before y'all go, I'm actually going to step off. I appreciate you having me up, Alan. I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, for sure, Miss Pre, come on. And look, if you want to jump back on later on, come on back too.
Okay, I'm almost home, so I want to go in the house and chill.
I feel you, babe. All right, thanks for coming up, Miss Pre.
All right, y'all. Y'all have
All
a
right.
good night.
Peace.
All right, peace. I really don't have a lot to say, man. When it comes to Rev G, I'm actually just jumping up here because I know we, have reached out to one another, and so I'm just coming up here to say hello, and I thank you for coming over to my channel and sending super chats and whatnot. So I'm just coming over to the DBA, man.
Oh, the super chats are paying off, man. I love that.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
but,
man.
but you said that I have revealed a lot. I thought a lot of people knew that like he had family, relatives in the sector or whatnot. I really didn't know I was revealing any type of secret or anything.
No, I didn't know that.
Man,
I didn't know that, and I didn't hear that either. This is my first time hearing that.
Everybody who is here, you put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. And put a 2 in the chat if you didn't know. Because I had no idea that Rev G's family members was DMP and KRP. I had no idea. So put a 1 in the chat if you did know that. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't know. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and continue because that was something was definitely news to me.
Man, when Rev G was saying that he got his family got attacked by the good guys. Mm-hmm. We all know the good guys are not in operation, and if anybody is attacking Rev G's family, it would be the usual suspects. Of course. His who was that guy? DMP and KRP. I accuse those two of being his. I know DMP is his son. I don't know who.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, DMP is his son. DMP is the tattoo artist that knows how to draw.
The one who spelled resilience.
Now, DMP is his son. Do y'all hear this? DMP is Rev G's son, allegedly.
Bro, yeah, go ahead.
Right. But he's the tattoo artist. He's the guy that Rev G gets to draw the monkey characters for me because he was using actual videos of monkeys playing with shit and drinking. And so when I called him out for that shit, saying it was bestiality, he stopped doing it and then started doing cartoons and shit. But yeah, man, I'm saying it
as a freak, man.
And see, the only reason what pushed me to say that is because on Propane's live stream, he said it in front of everybody, like your child support is due. And so I'm like, I know you look into my personal, life. I'm not behind on child support. I don't owe. It's due every month. But what's the point in you trying to dox me, like soft dox me, as if that shit is cool?
I want Defrauding to speak on that because that brother's got a great handle on
that. Honestly, is the stuff that they do often. They like the soft docs or even hard docs, right? Or they'll send other people to docs, which is something that KKC gets into in just a few moments. But we're going to go ahead and just let them cook for a second because defrauding actually mentions a lot of stuff too. Shout out to defrauding charlatans. I truly appreciate that, brother. We're gonna let him
people
close
in this doxing thing, and why motherfuckers bring shit that's totally irrelevant to the conversations that we have in here in these spaces. To
exactly,
why they
like,
have to go to doxing
honestly,
route.
who cares if he's paying child support? At least he's taking care of his kids. Like, who cares? Who cares if he's paying child support? Does that really? How is that affecting anybody else? Right? How does that matter to anyone other than the mother of his child? Right? Does it really matter to anybody? You know, or does it affect anybody else whether he's paying child support or not paying child support? It really doesn't. But these are this is the dumb shit that Rev G and them do. And then when you clap back at them, they act like they're shocked and surprised. And then they got their pussy ass kids up here talking shit behind the scenes. Can't even come on, out in real life and fight for their fucking daddy. You fucking pussy ass bitches.
Go ahead, Defraud. My bad.
So like when they can't handle people in the chat, on the comments, when they can't handle people on a panel and go back and forth with them, what they'll do is they'll go to doxing your family members. They'll go to calling your jobs. They will go to any measures to shut you the fuck up. So that way they can sit there and continue to harass you and say what they want to say about you unchallenged. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole plan.
Exactly. They literally want to shut you down just so they can say whatever they want about you without you pushing back at them. They literally want to be able to just say what they want without anybody punching them in their fucking mouth for it. That's literally what they want. They just want to be able to just talk shit, say what they want, and nobody can clap back at their ass. Like that's what they want. So they feel like the only way to do that is by intimidating you enough into shutting you up by calling your job, posting pictures of your family members, posting your alleged address, and posting your address and your work numbers and all this other stuff. This is the stuff that they do. They try to contact your job and call your job and go through campaigns that have a bunch of people calling your job simply because they can't take the truth about what the fuck you say about these dusty bitches. Like literally, what type of grown ass people do shit like this? Except these motherfuckers. And this is the shit they do. And it's literally because you don't agree with them on certain points. This is why.
And it's like, once again, when they can't handle you any other way, they can talk all the shit about you. They can do whatever they want, move around however they want. But as soon as you say something about them, they want to make sure they go run to your job and put you in check. And one of the things I'll say about the whole doxing scenario.
Yo, LV. When I first heard this conversation, right? I honestly thought the same fucking thing. I did. I am not going to hold you. I was not going to say anything about that. I thought about that and I just left that alone because I've talked to defrauding behind the scenes, not like over the phone or anything, but I have spoken with him, right? So they do have a very, 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 very much alike voice. It very does sound very, very much alike, right? It does. But it's kind of like how Binary and Deacon Young are. They sound alike to me too, right? So I don't think, but I know they're not the same person, right? So I don't think they're the same person. I'll be honest with you, but they really do sound very, very much alike. And I did peep that as well. So shout out to you for peeping that. But that does sound like that.
Scenario is that it's crazy. When I got doxxed, my mom is not in this sector. She ain't got nothing to do with this sector.
That's right.
But somebody came online and said I doxed him and his mom, who's another federal employee, mind you. So another federal employee as well. And what happened was, is as soon as he said that, what I do, record it. So when I got questioned by my job, I went and I played those videos right away. As soon as I played those videos, you have to understand, these people will say anything. They'll sit on here and get online and say, oh no, he knows about all the things that we claimed and all the rest of this stuff. No, I don't. Those people only brought up what they thought was relevant. So the first thing they brought up was that particular organization and community. Once they heard what my response and rebuttal was and actual video evidence, and they seen the screenshots, and they knew that my other leadership that's underneath them, but my leadership that's above me heard this and seen all this in real.
Unfortunately, the more that he talks, the more he does sound like Triggs. Like they really do sound alike. I have to do a little bit more digging, but they do. It is bad. It is bad that they sound this much alike.
Time, there was no more questions.
That's right.
No more.
That's right.
There was nothing else to say. What happened was they deemed that I am being cyber harassed and cyber stalked. That's what they deemed. But you see, they don't know that because they weren't in that office. But they telling you and they speaking on something that they didn't see, something that they wasn't there for. How they gonna tell you how my organization might have responded, what they might have said to me? Are you crazy? Do you even know how many people was in there? What was their ranks? They don't know that stuff. I do because I was in there. I know what the verdict was. I also know that, like I said before in a chat, I said that it is not a one-way type of situation. You go complain on me, and then all of a sudden, they come down with this narrative and say, hey, you're about to get punished, and all the rest of this stuff. It don't work like that. It is a two-way system. After you say something, what happens is they evaluate my counterclaim. Once they evaluate my counterclaim, they look at it and they go, whoa.
All right, guys, we're going to spend a little bit of time on this. Put a 1 in the chat if defrauding and Triggs sound alike to you. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think defrauding and him sound alike. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in the chat because they actually do sound alike to me. Okay, put a 1 in the chat. And I did peep that when I first heard this story yesterday. I was really shocked to hear this, right? Because it was like I couldn't shake the fact that he sounded like Triggs. But I don't want to say because I really like defrauding and I don't like Triggs, right? So it's like it's kind of hard. Like I'm having a hard time right now. I'm having a hard time right now because DC, you better not be Triggs, right? And if you are, then damn, nigga, like, what the fuck is going on right now? But you've been slipping lately if you are because you sound like him. And, man, I'm going to need somebody going to have to do some investigation out here, okay? Because right now, y'all are sounding way too much alike. Like, it is even the inflections in the voice. It's even the breathing, the heavy breathing, right? Like all of that stuff is there right now. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is going on? Woo, 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 defrauding Triggs, okay? Defrauding Triggs. Yes, he did, Naps. You said, wait, did DC just sound out of breath? Right. Like, what is happening right now, y'all? What is happening right now? You said speak. It's like when Ted Diabis paid off the Hebners to screw Hogan in '88. You know what? Y'all talking that wrestling shit. You said, T-Pre, can you get both of them on a panel together? I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link because they both can hit that link right now. Ray Triggs and defrauded charlatans. I'm going to need them niggas on the same panel. Like, we're going to need to get them on the same panel, y'all. Somebody going to have to do it because if they don't hit my link, they're going to have to get on the same panel together. Because that's what Binary and Deacon Young had to do. And they're not the same person for sure. And but they sounded alike for a long time. So we'll see. And what's up, Portola 45? I appreciate you being in the building. Okay, so we're getting 1. Yeah, I got a 1. Okay, LV. You said a 2. Okay, so you don't think they sound alike? Okay. So Speakeasy definitely thinks they sound alike. You said pay attention. Okay. You said, fam, AAS is still harassing. Let me see your transcript in videos as of yesterday. Scripps hasn't spoken on AAS in months. SMH. You know, AAS is obsessed with her. She can't let go of the fact that let me see your transcript just doesn't want anything to do with her bullshit. I mean, you know, that's literally what the problem is. You said one, okay, yeah. You said I said it a while ago. Did you? Okay. You said defrauding Charlotte Triggs. Defrauding Charlotte Triggs. No. You said the laugh was scary, plus the mics are similar. Okay. You said diggable logic, it's crazy. You said I could tell by the two different voices, they sound different to me. Okay, so Mikey, you think they sound different? You said, believe it or not, Trig's voice is a little bit deeper. Pause. Okay, so let me go ahead. Now I'll tell you, I have spoken with defrauding and I've had conversation with him offline. And I think he's really cool, right? I really don't think there's a beef with him at all. This would be my first time ever thinking that he would be Triggs, was yesterday when I heard that. But and the out of breath, you know, and everything. It was so many similarities, y'all. But you know, hey, the Secktah gonna find out. The Secktah gonna figure that shit out. You said, I'll put the link down for them. You said, sounds like Triggs, even the big man breath. LOL. Right. You said Triggs talks quicker, faster. Okay. You said, I didn't think Binary and Deacon sounded alike. I did. You said Outlaw and Nappy had to get on the panel because they sounded alike and they passed Triggs and DC need to do the same. Yeah. Hey, Brixton, you said living life to the fullest. Yeah, agreed. Binary and Deacon don't sound alike. Okay, well, I think that they do. And you said Vici, and you said right, Brixton and TMK, JJ. I never did. TMK and JJ. No, I never thought that at all. Never thought they even sounded even close to sounded alike, looked alike, or any of that stuff. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and keep going with some of this commentary because we got a little bit more to get through.
Your leadership knew about some of this, and wow, this is crazy. They saw it in live time. When they went out here and got on the rents and he got out here.
Yeah, Outlaw has an American accent for sure.
I took his link, copied it, pasted it to my Instagram, to my leadership. My leadership sat there and watched it. He watched the video of them talking stuff, them bringing up my mom. They watched the incident of somebody email. Well,
hold on, my bad, TMK. You say you are JJ and you hate hoghead cheese sandwiches. Okay. Shout out to TMK. You said LOL living life at the American accent. That's funny. He sounded like a New Yorker. Not sure where he's from. I don't know where Outlaw's from. I just know that he is definitely in the States, in the United States. So, but TMK is JJ, all right? And they definitely don't sound alike.
After somebody was given the wrong information about me, email me. He saw that live in action. When he saw that, he documented that, and then that was the narrative. At that particular point in time, that was documented proof that that happened. So when that happened, he was able to look at it, and it went to an email chain. Everybody knows what happened and what went on. So when I say I can't speak on certain things, I'm not going to speak on the big buzzwords. I'm not going to make jokes about that. None of that stuff no more. Because the idea is that that's what they're using. They're abusing the system. They like to abuse your work policies. They like to abuse your work ethic, code of conduct. They like to abuse things like that and speak on that and pose all the information against you and exaggerate it to the extreme. And then they like to send all these all this evidence and all these pictures and screenshots out of order, no context. They like to send all that into your job and pose it against, once again, your code of conduct and your ethics board. They like to put it out there like that, but they don't like to actually give context to it. They don't like to say that they was going back and forth. They don't like to say that they was exposing your emails online and making jokes and talking crazy. They don't like to say that they had doxed your mom, who has absolutely nothing to do with
it. Bombay. Yes, you are definitely Dr. Bombay because you are wearing his underwear.
They don't like to say that they like to target your job and they'll help you go to the homeless shelter. They don't like to say stuff like that. But when you catch them on videotape and you screen capture, which once again, I said it's super easy with the iPhone. All I got to do is click the top of my screen, drag it down, hit that record button, and I'm screen recording. As soon as you screen record that, you make a document of it. This document goes to whatever law enforcement you need it to go to, and then they look at it and evaluate it. And the crazy thing about it is that these people don't know what they messing with, who they messing with, what kind of entities they're messing with. They don't know anything. They just crazy. Like, you have to be delusional to sit up here and craft and orchestrate all these attacks on people because of something they said in the comments. The fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I'm gonna make sure that
shout out to Defrauding for that, because that is so true. Like, why do they get to this level, right, where they're contacting all these authorities? They're trying to get in touch with your job. They're trying to get in touch with your parents, your grandparents, and all this other stuff, just simply because they don't, they don't agree with a comment in the chat, or, you know what I mean? Like, of somebody. Like, this is over the top mental illness, I mean, at its finest. And, and I'm not trying to diagnose anybody because I can't, but I'm just saying this, call shit what it is. Something is wrong, period. And, at some point we got to stop engaging with this type of fuckery, you know what I mean? But shout out to all the bombshells that are coming out about all this, and that everybody is willing and able to just talk about it all now.
I'm gonna make sure that Rev G's HR is informed about his anti-Asian remarks. I'm gonna make sure they know about the whole mail order bride. I'm gonna make sure they know about his accusations of me beating women. They need to know about that. His absolute total slander. They're going to have to find out about that stuff, and then his also accusing me of attacking his family. I don't even know. I never mentioned his wife's name. Never ever. But
I did today, man.
I know. I heard you, man. I heard you put that out there. So what was he had you because you was on 10 from the time you came in, man. What's up? What was going on? You was just sick of it,
man. God, I'm so tired of turning around, and I done got tagged into something else, or he's dropping another cheap low budget music video. So yeah. When I was aware of the WAC 100 video,
not the low budget music videos,
and so when I posted the show,
the low class music video,
I think I got a notification. I got something dealing with Rev G and what he was saying, and caught a couple of the lives that he was doing where he.
ONK. I never understood, because they just dropped out of nowhere one day, and I got to go back to my videos and just kind of sort through and see. But I remember when I met KRP and DMP, like they were just coming around, and they always had something crazy to say, right? And it was just like, where is this coming from? I don't even know these people. Like, I had never seen these people before, right? It's not like I had seen them before and they just had an opinion. No, these were just like out of the blue, out of the ordinary, just somebody suddenly has a strong opinion. It doesn't make sense, right? But and they always were caping for AAS or Rev G. It was never anybody else, not me and mines, not anybody else. It was always them, or breaking the culture. After me and her fell out, they were coming for her as well, right? And I was trying to figure out who these people were. But now I see why they're caping so much for them. That's just crazy. That shit is wild. It's amazing what we found out here yesterday.
He was calling me out, trying to get me to respond to him. And so I knew last night a lot of people wanted to see the show that didn't get to see it, and that they would go live and give comment or criticism. I didn't expect it to be on Propane's channel. I thought that maybe Remix or Rev G would go live like they always
Yes, they
do.
So
So
they knew a lot of behind the scenes stuff. They knew a lot of stuff there was stuff that KRP and DMP would say in my chat that only me or Breakin would have known, right? or something like that. Like there was a lot of stuff that they were saying that they should not have known about. And now I know why. Now I know why. So yeah, let me go ahead and keep this going now.
So Propane Live, I was in the chat. Rev G started off in the chat and then he jumped on the panel. And he kept antagonizing, wanting me to get up there, but he wasn't expecting me to say what I said. So, you know.
No, man, you dropped a whole lot of new information on the sector today, bro. And a lot of people didn't know that, what you put out there. Here's my thing. I think it just goes to your character, the fact that you kept that under wraps anyway. But let's look at this, man. So Whack One, I saw your show last night, the members only. Mm-hmm. My thing is, so Whack 100 said that the Good Guys was a gang, because I thought that was you saying it. But no, Whack 100 is talking about the Good Guys?
That's how it all started.
Really?
So Flacco, I guess he done said something in a clubhouse chat or something happened to where they beefed.
Okay, had to be Flacco. Right.
And so Whack 100 did some type of background check on Flacco and found everything out about the Good Guys, and that Flacco started the Good Guys, or one of the founding members is what they said, and went in about D Darrell, Couch Potato, and all them. So this clip was maybe 5 to 6 minutes, and I told my story about from when
well, there you have it, folks. Duncan Manny Palmer. And I remember him saying that his son is a tattoo artist. So I do remember him saying that. But Duncan Manny Palmer is the one, and that makes sense because isn't his father's name Manny as well? Or something like that was his dad's name. So that would make sense to me that would be his son's name is Manny Palmer. Because there were some trolls that were running around that were using Rev G's father's picture on there as their picture. So yes, that makes sense to me that would be that person's name, Duncan Manny Palmer. Okay, because like I said, Rev G's father's name was Manny as well, I believe, or Manuel or something like that. Manny Palmer or something. It was something like that. And so that would be his name. But that's who DMP is, and I guess we're going to find out who KRP is soon. Miss KRP. We're going to find out who she is soon. He said, thanks, living life to the fullest. This is my other account as the beautiful Bernice blocked me as soon as I said hello. LOL. You know what? Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and keep going here. And let's finish with this. You said KRP tried to bait me into a conversation about D Darrell yesterday. Ain't that some shit? Well, KRP, it come out the clouds. I'm sure you're watching right now. But Duncan probably watching too. So but let's go ahead and continue.
First came into the sector and my encounter with them and why I didn't respond when Flacco doxed me and why I didn't say anything back to the Good Guys, period. A lot of people didn't know about the emails between anti-Afro.
Be careful with being disrespectful with any of my moderators, okay? And anybody in the chat. This is not the place to do that. I do respect all of y'all, and I love every single one of y'all, and I don't mind y'all being here. But I do respect my mods, and if they are feeling that there is some disrespect coming into the chat, they might block you, and that's unfortunate. I do want y'all to do their best not to block people if you can't. Try to time them out. If they're being disrespectful, give me a heads up about it, and then talk about the blocking at some point. But I do have long-standing people that come around like Brixton, and I would appreciate if they're not blocked. If there is an issue between y'all two, y'all might want to work that out or whatever, but try not to block people if you can. I would definitely appreciate that. But I do respect the moderators, and if there is disrespect going on in the chat, they will handle that, okay? You said I wasn't disrespectful to her. This was in Propane's chat. She came for me, LOL. I came in supporting your channel, Miss T. Pre. Okay. All right. That's fine. And she said no problem. So I think that this won't happen from here on out. And I think we're good from here. But yes, I think we're good. But again, I absolutely respect my moderators. And if anything like that happens, they have full leeway to handle that in the chat. But If it happened in some other place, then that's something different. And I respect that and I appreciate that. You said I didn't say a word to her, just said hello to Living Life, and then I got blocked. Okay. So I would appreciate if those kinds of things don't happen. So thank you for letting me know that. You said he's not disrespectful, and no have I been. Okay. And I didn't think you were either. I never saw anything coming from you. You said Briston said hello and got blocked too. Okay. All right. Well, from now on, we know now what will happen and what won't. You said just know you can kick rocks with no shoes or socks from now on. And that's what I like to see. If y'all gonna go back and forth and talk shit, I don't really care about that. But y'all know what I'm saying in regards to all of that. All right, let's go ahead and keep going with this because we got a little bit more to go through, guys.
And the prosecuting lawyer, they didn't know I had to file, police report. They didn't know any of that because I didn't talk about it. So it was speculation, but it was just me setting the record straight, man. That's all it is. And trying to dead a ongoing problem since 2021 between Rev G. It's really just Rev G. It's not between Rev G and I. I'm just tired of the nigga just continuously talking about it. Like, dead this shit already. But,
right.
Man, and the Friday, I didn't know that they went at you that deep. Now, Anti-Afro Svengali did say that she didn't know my situation, so she was gonna check and see if I was still working and if I still had my license from the state of Tennessee, my insurance, my PNC license. And if so, she was gonna come for it. All because I'm defending myself against them fools, man. So it's fucked up.
These people are like 20 to 25 years our senior. That's the crazy thing about it. Bro. 20 to 25 years are
that is the part that I wanted to say too, because these niggas is AAS is close to 60 if she's not already 60, right? And Rev G is older than me. I don't know exactly how old he is, but I know he's older than me. I know he's like in his mid to late 40s, right? So I can't understand why they're on the type time that they are, right? Unless, like I said, there's some serious mental illness going on. You know what I mean? That's untreated mental illness. Like, it's one thing to have mental illness. It's another thing to have untreated mental illness, and you're just doing this stuff and you think it's normal. Like, they really, and then they approach other people with these ideas and with this bullshit, like as if what they're saying is normal. And it's crazy.
Bullshit. To Black professionals that's, once again, 20 years younger than them. That is absolutely crazy.
I'm about 30 years younger than them niggas. Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Alex.
The crazy thing about it is that they bring speculation to what your level of professionalism is, as if they know what your responsibilities are at work, as if they know how high up on the chain you are. These people don't know shit about you. They don't know shit about shit, besides probably what they do inside of their own little work field. That's about it.
See, that's the thing, DeFrieden. So Svengali sends people out as fillers to gain your trust, to learn everything they can learn about you. For me, in my camp, it was a mod by the name of Mona De Leon. She was sent to our camp.
Before we go, how many of y'all remember Mona De Leon? Because I do. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Mona De Leon. Because I remember Mona De Leon. I have not seen her around here. She pops up every now and then. I don't know if she watches me from the clouds or what, but every now and then she pops up around here. Every now and then I see her. But how many of y'all remember Mona De Leon? Put a 2 in the chat if you don't remember. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Mona De Leon. Because she used to go hard on Umar Johnson, right? And she used to go so hard that I used to see her not only with AAS, I used to see her with what's that girl's name? Nyla, which is with Taz's wife. I used to see her around their chats. I also used to see her around Didi and Paige's chats back in the day, right? I used to see her around E&J. I used to see her around KKC. I used to see her around all of them. And then when certain things happen, when certain people stopped fooling with certain people, she said no matter what, she was going to rock with AAS. I remember that. Now that I ain't got no problem with her. She ain't never said no. I ain't never heard her say nothing bad about me. But I absolutely remember that woman. Now, Slander God, you the only one so far that doesn't remember her. But everybody else, well, that's me. But there's a couple of people that really do remember her. Okay, so you don't remember her. And then beautiful Bernice, you say, yep, we had dinner together. Okay. You said living life to the fullest. I think so, but could be wrong. Okay. You say, yep. You remember her diggable? Yep. You say, yes. You said AAS made a comment on a community wall. She also said it in a chat. She tried to imply that since KKC no longer had his LLC and was still selling merch, he was doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's not what we're doing. You say, yep. You remember her too? Okay. You say, yep. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and keep going because I want y'all to hear what he says. Okay. You said, I used to see her in KKC's a while back. Right. It's been a long time. I haven't seen Mona since she got bodied by KKC in 2021 live. That's now privated. See, we have some real like people that's been in this sector for a minute. So let's go ahead and continue with this.
To get as much information on us as she could. Like we was good friends with Mona, but as soon as things went south with Svengali, she did the same thing. She hurried up and was like, "Yo, I'm riding with Svengali," and she was out, and she's never been back ever since. I think for T Pre, it may have been breaking the culture of silence, but they get people, they get folks. Well, Svengali in particular likes to connect herself with people that has not the best of backgrounds. Let me just say it like that. And I feel like she does that because in a way she gets up on the person. And she may have felt like she had that in me because like Remix just said, don't nobody get shot in the head for no reason. I had to have been doing something, right? So that,
Okay.
That's what that was. But
that's what that is.
And that's not true at all. People get shot all the time for gang initiation. It's just because it's almost like how they do with point them out, knock them out. They point a person out, knock them out. It's the
And I was going to say, like, even children get shot as gang initiation. So that doesn't mean if somebody gets hit, that there was a reason. Like, I'm going to need niggas, especially niggas that call themselves street niggas to really understand some shit because that is definitely not a thing. But anyway, I wanted to drop that real quick because I really felt like it was important for the sector to hear that, right? Because it wasn't just Mona DeLeon. Mona DeLeon was somebody that really did fuck with AAS like that. But that just goes to show that AAS has real hitters. She got people that she get and she grab up in the corner and be having them sometimes she'll throw them out in the field and do little feeler jobs for her, right? KKC mentioned her as one and Breaking the Culture as another, okay, who is somebody who tried to come for me, somebody who tried to come after Shakim. So she tried to kill two birds with one stone. And now you see her trying to butter up the D Darrell lately, which I hurried up and jumped in the middle of and jumped on top of. But she definitely tried to butter up the D Darrell. And she's trying to butter up to some other people in this sector as well and trying to just stay on certain people's good side. But y'all need to pay attention to these fucking agent ass bitches because that's exactly what the fuck AAS be doing. And they will ride and rock for AAS simply because of who AAS is and what AAS does behind the scenes and who she's connected with. So y'all need to pay attention to a lot of this shit because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out about this stuff and this behind the scenes stuff that is going to put together a lot of these puzzles that a lot of y'all have, like a lot of questions that a lot of people have about stuff. So shout out to KKC for all of those bombs and all of those gems that he dropped yesterday. And now we're going to move forward about in the video because the beautiful Bernice comes up on the channel and she goes ahead and goes in on some stuff here in this part of the video as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull up. We're going to start with what Smoke God was saying, and then we're going to go forward. So again, shout out to the Smoke God. And again, make sure that you guys have hit that like button. Let me give you guys a quick like button timer, okay? Because I'm not understanding why I only see a certain amount of likes on here. So we're going to go ahead and get this quick thing going on. Maybe it's the hate watchers. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and get this hate watchers timer popping for y'all, because maybe that's what it is. Okay. Maybe, y'all need to see, maybe I need to see what's going on with y'all or something. Perhaps it's y'all that's the problem. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button for us. All right, y'all. So listen, let's go ahead and get into this, because yes, you definitely said that there's a lot of offline mess that's coming out, and there really, really is. And it's not the stuff that y'all gonna think that it is. It actually should have came out a while ago, right? And I'll tell you who played a big role in a lot of this stuff not coming out. Breaking the Culture definitely played a major role in that. Now, I'm not going to say how, because then I would be giving away a lot of other things. But I am going to say that she definitely did play a major role in slowing down the process of a lot of this stuff coming out. Okay. So she was not successful in that being done, but she was pretty successful in slowing down the process. Okay. But it's going to come out one way or the other. So yes, Nova Real Show is correct. There is a lot of stuff that is going to be revealed of that is behind the scenes, but it's not what a lot of you think. Now, I don't know what Nova Real Show knows. I don't know what you believe or what you know. All I can tell you is a lot of things that people may believe is coming out is not. There's a lot of things that people may think is going to get quote unquote revealed, and it ain't what you think, right? But yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff coming out. And there's a lot of things that people have been around for, have been watching, have been paying attention to, and they haven't been saying anything. And they've just been letting motherfuckers keep talking. Okay. So just everybody fall back and sit back and watch and put y'all seatbelts on, because y'all are going for a ride. Okay. But either way, yes, there's definitely a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that unfortunately, when it all comes out in the wash, it is not going to be pretty for a lot of people. And that's just what it is. And it's not anything that you would think. So, but yeah, she definitely played a major role in keeping a lot of things solidly quiet for a second. But that was only going to work for so long. And you said, let me go back to this. You said, wait, what? She did, what with Darrell? Yeah, honey, she been trying to get close to him. You said me and crying's the same thing. You say, yep, Diggle Logic. There's a reason why people want to be close to Darrell, and definitely a reason why people want to butter up to bro for sure. You say hate another timer. You said make a change. Who really cares about his merch? Is it really fraud? I could care less. Exactly. You said, see, I told y'all a lot of offline mess is coming out. You said new people and a lot of all people come into the sector, right? You said a lot of old people coming back. You said offline mess, right, Nova? What happens in the dark will come to the light. Exactly. You said living life to the fullest. I don't care. I'm just pointing out what she does. She makes statements that are not truthful. Like when she told, let me see your transcript is under a gag order. Yes, she's been saying that. And it's a lie. It's let me see your transcript is not under anybody's gag order. I don't know what the fuck. You motherfuckers be just making up anything, and they think we just don't know any better. Like they think we don't talk to any other sectors. We don't see any other thing. He said, I get you at Make a Change. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and keep going with what was happening here in this video. We're going to get to where Bernice gets on the panel. So again, shout out to the beautiful Bernice. Again, make sure that you guys go over to Alan Logic and hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you guys share the show as well. And also share this show and make sure that the like is hit. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. And like I said, we're going to get to where Smoke was talking, and he was kind of giving you guys a little bit of background. I'm going to let this cook a little while.
Yeah. So you made a statement about why we let up on them. The thing is, it's over. Like it's over with us. Like y'all go ahead, expose what you want to expose, do what you got to do, but it's over. We're gonna keep doing shows.
No, it's not over until them people get prosecuted. That's what I'm saying. This is the conversation that KKC and Defrauding is having. This ain't about it's over and some YouTube shit. No. What's got to go down is there needs to be some finality to this bullshit that we're dealing with.
Right.
Well, here's the deal, man. You know, the people that got cases against them can do that. We don't have no case against these people. We was friends at one time. Now, moves that they made as adults, that's stuff that you got to handle. So if you took your device, your own phone, and doxed people, or if you took your own phone and violated people's information, you know you did it, you grown, it's gonna come back on you. That's why I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried because we never done that. So we cool on that. But we never wanted to beef with them in the first place. The thing was, we already knew where they was going with it. So that's the reason why we didn't come out straight out and start talking shit. Because we really thought they was family. We didn't even know half the extra shit they was doing. Okay? And then when Corey showed that text that she sent him the message, look at how the whole sector reacted. Did nobody say nothing? The same people that was all over there on Corey panel rocking for him, they ain't even had no damn lies about it. Because you know why, bro? These people have made a choice to ignore certain shit just to put the focus on Smoke. And it's pathetic. And it's pathetic. There's no way when Corey showed that text, that should have been ignored. But they was all on Corey's side because Corey was against Smoke. And that's what I'm trying to get people to get out of it. Like, yo, it's people, grown people really doing shit. It ain't Smoke. Now, we've been out the game for so long, and you got to look, we've been out the game, ain't even been on the internet, people still intertwine. If Smoke is that bad, then why mention me? Why intertwine me? Why do all of this? And then people say, well, he want to talk about 2021. But then people want to use 2021 when they bring up Star. People want to use 2021 when they think Smoke trolling. People want to use, so, bruh, man, just miss me with that shit. Smoke ain't doing nothing behind nobody back. Anybody got a problem? Y'all
we got Bernice in the house. What's up, Miss Bernice?
What's up, Bernice?
How y'all doing?
Real quick before y'all get started, I want to thank you again, Alan. I got to check y'all out, but I want to thank you again for allowing me on the panel, and you guys have a good night, all right?
All right, thank you too, KKC. We'll be
over there. KKC.
Okay, later.
Hey, KKC.
Yo, what's up?
you still never gave me clarity on that page strike, man. I would like to have a conversation with you about it. I don't want you to take the strike off, but I just want to have a clarity conversation. We may do a panel or something later on if you agree to it.
Yeah, we can do that, bro. For sure.
All right.
Respect.
Okay.
Oh man, that's
That'll
good.
work, man.
Right on. I like that.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I want to take a second to acknowledge that. I think Diggable Logic, I've heard you say that before. As a matter of fact, you were saying it to Smoke on his panel about, on his channel about, how he had been involved with a lot of this stuff. What I do also think, right, Diggable, is that I agree with you on that, but I think people have the right to change, and also have the right, if they receive new information about something, they have the right to make a different opinion, have a different opinion. I can also, I remember you being there. I also think that people can be mature enough to apologize to people, to move on, and to attempt to redeem what's happened in the past, right? So everybody is not like, at what point do we say, yeah, Smoke was cool with them and Smoke was fucking with them, but if he gets additional information that he wasn't privy to before, or if he gets a different stance with that person, does he have the right to say, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry for my part in this, let me move forward? Do we get the right to do that, or no? Do we have to stay in the same place, at all times, even if, we feel different at some point? Have you ever felt different about anything? Have you ever changed your mind about something? You know what I'm saying? And say, after you may have gotten a difference of opinion, or after you have figured out new information about somebody. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what happened in that situation. At least that's the way it appears. Now, I could be wrong, but that's the way it appears to me with Smoke. And that's why I think, Smoke I've seen him apologize for some of these things, including what he's actually about to do. And, some other stuff that he's done as well. So I hear you, but I mean, do people get allowed to, the point where they're allowed to redeem themselves on something? I mean, that's just a question. And maybe, that depends on what everybody else, that I guess that's subjective. It depends on how you feel too, You said Allen Ben building. Mm-hmm. You said I was there. You said new info. You said creepy people came out of the clouds. The sector needs you. You said creepy people come out the clouds. The sector needs you. You said true, T-Pre. Mm-hmm. You said everyone Smoke rock with, he threw under the bus. Everyone. Right, but he's also talked about why, right? He also explained why. And a lot of that stuff you're saying right now is going to come out in what we're about to talk about. What the beautiful Bernice pulled out explains a lot of what happened. And I'm going to get all into this right now. So I'm glad you're asking these questions. I'm glad you're saying this stuff, because it actually segues into what was talked about. You said, I was glad to hear Mrs. Smoke's side. Me too. And oftentimes she puts like the pieces to the puzzle together and helps us understand like what was happening on their end. And we can figure out, from there, what was really going on. So I've come to my own conclusions. And I'm, like I said, this is the morning opinion. So I am going to give you guys my opinion on this by the end of this conversation. So let's go ahead and get on with this.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, because honestly, KK, on some real shit, I never had a personal issue with you. So at least allow me to get that off, and we'll chop it up one day on the panel.
All right, for sure. We can do that.
All right, bro.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace, KK. What's up, Miss Bernice?
How y'all all doing?
What's up, Bernice?
We hanging out.
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to have a few words with Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Good evening.
How you doing?
I just got a bone to pick with you. I'm not gonna get nasty or nothing like that. I just wanna I just feel that I deserve an apology from you, because I was like one of your first mods in your room when you first opened, started your live. And by the time your live got shut down because of KKC's strike you put on your page, you and April were dragging me through the dirt for no reason at all. and I had no reason. I had no explanation of why I was getting dragged. AAS.
Hold on. What did I say?
Let me finish what I'm.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Let me finish what I'm saying. AAS came into your room, and it's like a whole explosion of craziness happening. What was said by you was that you had secret tapes from me from Discord, from Flacco in the in your purple room, your tapes that you had hidden. I don't know what you were talking about, but you.
So this is kind of like what Diggable Logic is talking about, right? This is kind of like the stuff that Diggable Logic and others, and including myself and others, would say, yes, Smoke, you were saying stuff like this. Now, I want you to continue to pay attention to what else Bernice says, okay? Because there was a lot that came out in this conversation.
With Flacco had a nice discussion about it.
That's why I said I get it.
What made you go in that direction to start attacking me without any evidence of what April and these people were telling you? That's what I want to know.
Oh, okay. So basically, what it was, and first let me first start off by saying if I said anything unruly, I apologize as a man coming as a female.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna start off with that. I'm gonna start off right. So at the time, this what was going on. So we all rocking together, and they were showing me a bunch of text messages that you were sending them harassing grown men, and so okay, so a whole bunch of phone calls and shit like that. So basically, what it was is that the information that they gathered on you was in retaliation of you calling them back to back. And those was the screenshots and stuff that we had.
Well, not to cut you off, I will admit that I called them back to back, but that was after the fact that they lied on me about passing around
right.
Pics.
Okay, so now, okay.
And here's my thing.
Yeah, they continuously harassed me.
If you're gonna sit up and say something about somebody, why can't you pick up the phone and talk to the person you talk to? That sounds like some stand-up shit to me. Pick up the fucking phone. You got something to say. Pick up the phone. Let's discuss the shit. But what is it with the goddamn doxing? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So the doxing is not on us. The doxing was information that the only one and grown man sent. They sent us your information, Glorion, Keeper, Charlotte, Roper. They sent all their information to us. We never used it.
Oh, they sent my information too.
Yeah, I understand that, but the whole thing is
Hold on, Bernice. So they sent y'all my information too. Is that right, Miss Smoke?
No,
Alan, we never said you. No, Alan, we never said you.
Hold on, So Alan, you came in at the tail end because the thing was, Alan, I think me and you probably had a couple little smart things to say in the chat before. And I was suspicious of you. So I was telling a grown man, don't fuck with Adam. A grown man was saying you was cool. And now I see because you was sending him cash out. And at the time, it was a lot of stuff.
Look, at the time that Miss Smoke said, get the fuck out the chat and did everything that she was saying to me and stuff like that. I had never sent them a fucking cash app. It was only until, look, I had told Svengalis, I said, I don't fuck with no snitching that bitch. And so then she was like, no, go on and fuck with them. That was after I'd even came to y'all's panel and stuff like that. So yeah, that was way after, man.
So Alan, why did you never fuck with them?
Oh man, because I didn't like his conversation.
So what made you send them cash app?
Yeah, what made you then send them cash apps?
Because April told me that April said to everybody that she was trying to start a plant channel.
Oh, okay. So you sent it on behalf of
I remember that.
Right. So
I even did a plant video showing her my plants and everything, and then I shot the money over there because I thought this is the way they wanted to go. But I was still naive in the inner workings of a bunch of goddamn criminals. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, Bernice, so what we did, we would have shows to, and now from my perspective, I'm trying to combat what is looking like harassment. And with them being I'm letting her rock on the panel. I throw in a couple extra little this and that. So I'm being truthful about it. At the time, that was.
But the thing is, you was doing shows based off of what the only one was telling you. He didn't have.
Yeah, I understand that. But when I came on your live, I came in your room the very day. It was like it could have been maybe a week after she first.
So I got to pause it there because I wanted y'all to hear that part where she said, you were doing shows. Mrs. Smoke made it very clear that Smoke was doing stuff on his show based off of what the only one was feeding him. Okay, so based off of whatever information she was giving him is what he was basing his show information on. Okay, so we have to make sure that that is very clear to everybody.
Started talking about me, harassing her, and giving her the Discord room, and I admit I gave her the Discord room. I gave her the link to the Discord, like I gave Rev G the link. And for some reason, it became a story of me giving out a booty hole pic, and you guys believe that, and I never understood why. I never
it was because the information that she sent.
Yeah, it was the stuff that.
Okay, understood.
You hold on.
No, she should know this. What? She should know that it.
I want to know this. I want to know what she said to you. What she said to you.
The thing is, she would send proof, but my thing is, a lot of the stuff, the technology, they can alter a lot of it. So the way she was sending it was, she was sending it basically like as if it was a text message coming directly from you, not a screen, not Discord. She basically screenshotted something in Discord and made it seem like you sent her that specifically to the rest of the.
I gave out the link to people in Discord, but if you ask anybody what my name was in Discord, they couldn't tell you because I never said anything in the Discord. All I did was look. Now, one person would ever tell you, even when you asked Flacco, I saw the live where you asked Flacco, was I in that Discord room, Smoke, and what did he tell you? He was like, no, right? Because he didn't know. Not only was I in that Discord room, but Rev G was in that Discord room. KKC was in that Discord room. There was many people in it. I can name you 30 people that was in that Discord room that I had nothing to do with them getting in that Discord room. And it wasn't only me. The whole thing is that Rev G got the Discord room because I gave him the link because someone was attacking a Navy woman named Ken. And I gave him that link, and he did a live about that.
Yep, I remember that.
Actually, I didn't even give him the link then.
I remember that that the military woman that was getting doxxed. So yeah, I remember that.
And I just gave him the information because at the time I didn't know how to share a link from a room like that. My son had to show me how to do it. So when I finally found out how to do it, it just so happens to have been around the time when they posted that picture of the booty hole pic in there. So Rev G, for some reason, I guess that's because he was angry at KKC at the time. That's when they started falling off, and slowly people started coming in the room and attacking me. Remember, I left your room for a little while because Cosmo kept on attacking for no reason. So I left your room.
Brittany, I have a quick question. Why were you pinned? Why are you called the booty pick Bernice if you weren't the one that initiated all this?
Because that's the story that April started. That's what I'm explaining to you.
Oh, okay.
She went and Rev G knew that picture was posted in there, and he got her to go in and come to me crying. She was friends with Glorion. She knew that I had the Discord link. She asked Glorion to please get in touch with me. She would touch with her. So I did. Once I got in touch with her, we was talking for like a good week. She even begged me to come back to your room, Smoke. And I told her, I'll think about it. And you know what? I'm going to let you know this. You know when she came to you and gave you the idea to give everybody a wrench in the room and you went crazy and told everybody you was Thanos? She got that idea from me, honey. She got that idea from me, honey.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah. Wow.
She got that idea from me, and she went and she did that, and that was and when she did that, that's when I left your room because she made me
she got the idea from who?
From her.
From me.
From Gort?
From her.
Who got the idea from her?
The only one from her.
I told the only one to tell Smoke to give everybody in his room a wrench, and then that way he could try to fish out who was the person that was bothering him. And once he did that and took the wrenches away, I left his room.
I remember the day. I remember the day Smoke gave everybody a wrench and then took everybody's wrenches. I remember that day that happened because it wasn't too long after he started revealing AAS's emails. It wasn't too long after that, and then all of this stuff. Everything just seemed so chaotic. Nobody knew what was going on, why, but we're about to find out.
And everything, I was like, I'm out of here. because everybody at that point was attacking me, and I didn't feel like being there anymore. You know, I mean, you had that.
Hey, Ray
that
Frauding,
Triggerlets attacking me. You had the Easy came in there was attacking me.
Yeah, but that look, that wasn't. That look, a lot of those people, right?
Ray Frauding, Triggerlets.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, first they the same.
Ray Frauding, Triggerlets. You and Ray Triggs have got to get on the panel together now. Now y'all two are going to have to get on the panel together. It don't have to be mine. It could be somebody's. But y'all going to have to prove that y'all ain't the same person. Because everybody saying y'all sound alike. I even said y'all sound alike. So Ray Frauding, Triggerlets. Y'all going to get your asses on this panel.
I understand that, but I'm just explaining to you what I was going.
Oh, how you were feeling?
And
okay.
let me tell you what happened. The day that you let Tiffany Griffin come in your room, that was the day that Afro Svengali began her attacks on me. That day, and I wasn't even in the room that day because I was very ill when I came to your room. If you remember, I came in your room and I told you I loved your music that you used to play, and I used to sit and chill and smoke weed with you.
Right.
And you wound up giving me a wrench. Next thing you know, AAS is upset with me. She's giving text messages around to other people in our
right, because everybody was bringing their beef to my panels.
And because you let Tiffany Griffin on the channel, and after that, she never stopped attacking. And I had nothing to do with Tiffany Griffin coming on.
You
didn't like her. Because she didn't like her, she felt that I
want to say shout out to Tiff Griff.
I had something to do with it. And I don't know what I was supposed to do about it, but that was her excuse. When Mona DeLone asked her, sent her a message, asked her why she didn't want anything else to do with me, that was her response back to Mona DeLone because I allowed that girl to come on your panel.
Well, let me clear you. Well, no, we didn't even have just to clear the air. Me and you didn't even. We never had a conversation about anybody. Never. I don't even know where that came from, or but I'm gonna clear you right now if you don't mind. Look, the Tiffany thing came up with me actually going to Darrell's panel and banging on his panel the first time, and a few other times I went on this panel, and that's how me and Tiff Griff connected. We also connected on a sort of personal level because I was going up to the school and I saw her at the school.
Everybody pay attention.
So a lot of that had nothing to do. We never ever I don't know what.
We never had any problem, but she used that as her excuse for hating on me.
And see, that's what a lot of people was doing, Bernice. They was having beefs, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of these issues wasn't even mine. And then whenever the bitch shit come, Smoke, you supposed to cover this and do all this and do all that. But then certain people, right? I ain't gonna say no names. I'll be like, hey, yo, chill on this, chill on that. Don't do this, don't do that. They'll go do it anyway, because the whole time people were just trying to sabotage Smoke. People was doing shit and were trying and putting it in the Smoke name, so I take the heat from it. That's
Smoke,
why
I want to know why you rode for a bitch nigga like Grown Snitch so hard, man.
Because see, the thing is, y'all have to understand my creed. My creed, if we boys, right? Let's say, for instance, Allie, me and you, we boys, and we've been banging for a year and a half. We never had a problem before, really. We never had a problem before. Now the thing is, I would expect for you, as you being 60 or 70 years old, to come to a 38-year-old and say, hey man, I don't want to rock with you no more. Instead of doing the fuck shit y'all was doing. Man, y'all can see I was really being genuine, because that's just me. Yeah, I'm a genuine guy. I'm from North Carolina. So where I'm from, if we'll give you the benefit of a doubt. And with me, as you being my friend, I give all my friends 3 strikes because y'all human. Everybody gonna fuck up. But the thing was, if y'all noticed, when they came out on the attack, I was shocked because I didn't have nothing.
I'm just letting Smoke explain his side of it. I would just say this. I don't necessarily agree with all of that, but I hear him, right? And you can agree to disagree on some things. I do think he could have gave a lot more pushback at times, but he chose not to, and that's fine. We're moving on, right? But we're going to go ahead and let Bernice cook, because she is definitely going to explain a lot of why and what was going on and things that I don't think Smoke was aware of, okay? And that's the part we're going to get into.
I wasn't planning nothing on them or anything like that.
But did you get this nigga the speech though, the one that you gave me when you told me that my problem was that I couldn't deal with the gray sweatpants niggas? You know what I'm talking about? Did you ever go to Gross Nigga? Did you ever tell that nigga, did you say, look, the problem you have is because April love them gray sweatpants niggas? Is that did you never let that come out your mouth one time? There was nothing that he said. You didn't bring
No, but what I will tell you, Alan, is when Smoke tried to call grown men,
right,
he would forward his calls to voicemail. That's when I knew that they was deeper into this fuck shit than they alluded.
Right.
Because he started blocking his calls.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So then, if you notice, April she would start saying random stuff, and then when she started talking about my father, I'm like, okay, she Googled him.
Right. So
and you know,
yeah,
and
so
what about when grown man, when I started talking to April, grown man started calling me on the side, and I and that's another reason why she got angry with me, because she caught him in one of your lives one day when Max V was in your room with Smoke, and he was in there. He was rapping hard to what's that chick's name? That Max V's girl, the Spanish Liz Lopez.
Sexy Star.
Les?
No,
Liz.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was asking this girl everything down to what color polished toenails that she liked.
I remember that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, he was asking all kinds. Everybody else was talking about rap music, but he was talking.
Max was a hell of a weirdo though. Max was a hell of a weirdo, man. Come on, y'all got to.
No, I'm not talking about Max. I'm talking about grown man was talking to Liz Lopez.
Oh, gotcha. Go ahead.
And April seen that shit, just like I saw it. She seen that shit too. And at that time, they didn't let anybody know they was together. When and April first came in your room, we didn't know that they were together until that time.
You know what? Hold on. You know what? Grown man, if y'all can remember the first day Grown Man and Smoke met, Grown Man came on his panel and was trying to be defensive.
And we
coming at you. Right. Y'all was about to argue.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, my wife. And you was like, yo, who's your wife?
The only
and then he was like, the only one. He was like, oh, well, I'm Smoke. Like, it made no sense.
Exactly.
So,
but he had already been in your room for like a couple of times and talking.
Right, they've been on you.
Like I said, Grown Man been on you.
Right, but he would be in the chat room talking to all the women. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
and she saw that shit. But she would never say that was her man. She would be on your panel with Stargate and stuff, but he would be in the chat room rapping to Liz and all the other women. Because he even tried to talk to me, and she noticed that shit. And when she,
so for those of y'all who think that, because there's been a lot of different scenarios on why all the ladies were leaving and why me and Mines was blocking a whole bunch of people. Okay, the reason why she was blocking a bunch of people out of Smoke's chat is because she thought that her husband or her baby daddy liked y'all. That is the reason. She was jealous of what her baby daddy was saying to certain women in the sector. So let's go ahead and continue. We're gonna let beautiful Bernice cook out here.
He got my number and he started calling me. I was like, why the fuck is this person calling me at this time of night? Why is she calling me? And I, so I had to tell her, tell your man to stop fucking dialing my number at this time of night. What the fuck is he calling me for?
Why is he calling you at that time of night? Yeah, for real though.
I said I called her on the phone and told her, stop fucking calling me at this time of the night. If it's not you, if it's your man, tell him to stop fucking calling me. I had to tell her that.
I see what this is. So this motherfucker got to be better because you kept telling her man to keep his dick in his pants.
She didn't give that message to Afro Bengali. She didn't get that message to Afro Bengali though. She didn't give her that one.
Oh, so at the time,
then he
what
called-
they were
then he
showing me.
started calling me
Hey, whistleblower, but nobody's scared of me in crimes. I've already told you that. Ain't nobody scared of that hoe.
from a different number.
What?
Yeah, I got.
Well, hold on, wait. Yeah, because I think they claim to have, if I'm correct, two text messages threads from two different numbers. If I'm correct. Don't quote me on that. But you only have one number. But I do. It's either that or they showed me multiple times.
I could believe that because they called.
You can download Google. You can text me.
Okay, but you're saying is you was doing that out of retaliation.
Yes.
Basically.
She kept every time.
Now that makes sense.
That makes sense. See, we don't know the other side.
See, that's not what she was telling us. But
I said every time you say something about me, I'm going to say something to you. Period.
Gotcha.
And that was it. I'm not a content creator. So every time you say something about me in a video, I'm going to fucking text you back. Every time she made one of those stupid little pictures with like on Beyonce and shit, I sent the picture back to her on a dog and shit. Had that bitch burn it. That's why she turned the fucking number. I don't play that.
She made it seem like she was attacking
you.
And trying to use her mental illness.
I was going back and forth. We was going back and forth, and I got every one of the text messages. So take me to court, bitch. I'm ready. Let's go.
Damn.
And that's how she never found charges.
That's why she didn't found.
But you want to know what, Bernice? I always wondered, if you're saying all this shit to her, why has she not prosecuted you? Because she was saying you were disturbing her mentally, but she can't because the court is going to see that as a back and forth.
It's a back and forth. A back and forth, straight up. And she started it. Because I came to
and she started this shit between us. That's what I'm saying. There's no more lies to be done on her.
Yeah, we're not doing no more lies. Wow.
And she was talking about me on your room. And remember that day I came into your room smoking, I approached her on it. And I told her, and I did say something bad about her brother, that he probably should have shot himself because of her, with her fucking evil self. And she tried to use that against me to say that, yeah, your brother shouldn't have killed herself and all that shit. Bitch, you harassing me. And I have mental problems too. And I was a little loose at that time. And I went off on her in your room that day. And she tried to act like, why is she attacking me? Bitch, you going around talking around, I'm sending around dick, bro. Ain't this pics. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, man.
So what the hell I
and Rev G and AMS have been all too happy to spread that goddamn rumor ever since then.
Wow.
And he the one who started it. You know how I found out that he was sending the pics? Because I'm in Binary's room and he comes and attacks me with it. That's how I found out that the rumor was out. Rev G started it.
Who was sending the pics? Who started sending the booty pics? Let's go back a little bit real quick. Shout out to the beautiful Bernice.
You know how I found out that he was sending the pics? Because I'm in Binary's room and he comes and attacks me with it. That's how I found out that the rumor was out. Rev G started it.
Rev G was behind it all. No pun intended. He was behind everything.
There you go. He was the first one that came up to me with it. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I was like, what do you mean I text April in a chat in the Discord giving a booty?
So while Rev G has been out here arguing back and forth with the Secktah, going back and forth with everybody for all this time, talking about it was this person that started sending the pics, it was that person that started sending the pics, it was Rev G that was sending the booty pics around. That is who started sending the booty pics around. Okay. So we got a lot of bombshells today. Okay. Number one, we got that Rev G was the one that was sending booty pics around here. Okay. Number two, me and crimes is the reason why all of these people, like she was playing both sides. So she had a problem with these women, but she was trying to make Smoke think that all these women were against Smoke God, when in reality, it was her and her jealousy towards these women because she was afraid that grown man was trying to holler at these women, which he was trying to holler at some of these women. And we don't know, I can't confirm or deny any other ones, but all I can say is we know for a fact that there was some that he was definitely trying to holler at, okay? And that is why she was trying to cause a division between Smoke and all the women. She wanted to get all those women away from Smoke. And then, you know, Smoke, she was telling Smoke and making Smoke think it was all this other shit. And it was just cloudy and confusing to all the women because they didn't know what the fuck Smoke was talking about, right? None of them had a problem with Smoke. They weren't the ones that were coming at Smoke or, you know, having an issue with him. It was all shit that April was making up. Okay? Now, I can't say why he chose to believe her, right? I don't know. But at the end of the day, she was convincing enough for him to believe all this stuff and to take their side. And, you know, next thing you know, it was Smoke against the sisters and all the ladies. Okay? But the reason why she wanted that, and she was the only moderator over there and was blocking everybody, is simply because she didn't want her man to have access to these women. That was the only space that she could control such a thing. Any other place, she couldn't really do that because he could still call anybody he wanted or still text anybody he want to. But in this particular space, which was Smoke's channel, which she single-handedly destroyed, she did that because she was worried about what this nigga was out here doing when he was asking bitches what color their toenails are and all this other crazy shit, okay? So that is what happened with Smoke's channel, and that is what happened with the women of the Secktah and Smoke and that situation with that. All the lies that Me and Crimes came up with. We also learned today that DMP stands for Duncan Manny Palmer, which is Rev Gerald Palmer's son, and that KRP is also a alleged family member of Gerald Palmer, and that he's got his own pussy-ass kids out here disrespecting the Secktah because they don't fuck with his toothless motherfucking ass. So shout out to they pussy asses. We did find out who they are today. Shout out to them. And I think we got a lot of great information from KKC, who gave us all of those bombshells, dropped all of that information. We definitely found out that Defrauding Charlatans and Ray Triggs sound alike, but I don't believe they're honestly the same person. I do think that they are a different person. I'll be honest with y'all. Ray Triggs does sound a little bit different. It's, you know, I think his voice is a little bit deeper. But they do sound alike. They definitely do. I had to take a second to listen and hear them. And honestly, it was just all in fun. I love Defrauding Charlatans. That's my bro. I really do appreciate him and all of the things that he's done in support of my channel and in support of me. So shout out to him. And I fuck with Ray Triggs too. I don't really got no beef with him for real, honestly. You know, he's a troll. It is what it is. I laugh at a lot of stuff he says, but I still stand on what I said about him. But yeah, shout out to him. But guys, that is the morning opinion. We have went into the afternoon over here on the East Coast. So I really appreciate you guys for coming in. Make sure that, again, you guys are hitting the like button, and make sure that you guys are hitting the notification bell so that you know when I am always live. And Black Abe says Defrauding Charlatans is Ankh. Of course, everybody's got to be Ankh when they're not anybody else, right? You said, fam, do y'all remember Stargate? You thick? Who said that? Who did say that? Who did say that? It was what was Smoke? It was Smoke, wasn't it? Wasn't it Smoke that said that shit? Yeah. You said, wow, that explains a lot. I left Smoke's chat because I thought I kept getting timed out. She sabotaged Smoke's channel. Exactly. That's exactly what she did. And she did it in the name of, that was a space that she could control, right? You know, she could control what Grow Man says and what he does in that space. She didn't care whether it took Smoke's channel down or not. That was irrelevant to her. You know, this was about her and what she needed at the moment. Mental illness not untreated, you know. Brixton Crazy Story Part 1. You said, good live, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. You said, see y'all later. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate everybody for coming in the building, guys. Make sure, again, that y'all are hitting the like button. You said, I think Trig sounds like binary code. I do, too. I had thought that in the past. I had said that to some people, and I did think that as well. And I think they move the same. But I have a hard time believing that defrauding charlatans is anywhere related to either one of them hoes at all. But I did think that Triggs could possibly be binary son, but hey. But either way, guys, listen, I will talk to you guys later. I truly appreciate all of y'all for coming in the building. And again, shout out to you guys for coming in. And for those that will catch the replay, always make sure that you hit the like button as well. Talk to you guys later. Peace, guys.